SportsStar.com. 94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys wide receiver Brandon Cooks has reportedly left camp in what Mike McCarthy is calling a positive personal matter. He will rejoin the team in Dallas. Cowboys nose tackle Mozzie Smith back at practice after missing the Raiders game Saturday because of an allergic reaction. And the Houston Texans have extended safety Jimmy Ward, adding a year to his contract. He is now signed through 2025.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix on what I'm told is National Radio Day.
How about that?
How about that?
What does that mean for us?
Go to work.
Go to work.
Go to work.
It's another day that ends in Y.
You know, well, everybody has a day, right?
I guess so.
But I didn't know it was National Radio Day until we got an email from our CEO earlier today, congratulating us on National Radio Day.
I'm glad he did that, but it's National Radio Day.
Well,
have fun, everybody.
Well, that's it. Like my wife is a nurse, and Nurses Day and Nurses Week, her hospital, they have all kinds of things that they do.
Cakes,
lunches, cards, fun games, cool T-shirts. They do all kinds of stuff.
We didn't have any of that.
No. We got an email.
Well, it's nice to get a communique from the big boss.
Well, you know, and he puts little graphics in the deal, which is actually, you know, pretty cool when you think about it, because radio is a fun business to be in.
Absolutely.
And, you know, since I got into radio, it's like, oh, radio, what's going to happen with radio with Sirius XM? Not a damn thing. What's going to happen with all these podcasts? Not a damn thing. Radio is still so dominant.
It is. But
he sends out this graphic from Edison Research. Shares of ear. All right, that's cool. We're in the radio business. Share of ad-supported audio time spent among persons 18 plus. AM FM radio at 69%. Podcasts at 20%. Pandora 4%. Sirius XM 4%. Spotify 3%. Yeah.
Wow.
Life is good in the radio business.
Not bad. Not bad at all. And well, I mean, you know, we got a great audience too, and that's what's good about it. Even knuckleheads like John Sobery.
Oh.
You know, I mean, I even appreciate a guy like that.
Oh, do you?
Sure.
I guess I should fire up the YouTube and see what he's already commented
on
the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel that's got you going early.
No, it's
he says, Happy National Radio Day, gentlemen. See, apparently he knew.
And you keep going.
And Joe, too.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well.
You see what I'm saying?
I mean, he understands Pledge and I are the gentlemen. But
sure.
There's always balance, because then you get this Freedom Ride guy who calls me Mr. Doom and Gloom. I mean, this guy hates me, yet he listens every day, which I appreciate.
You know, there's hate's a strong word.
Well,
I think
he truly hates me. He has said that before.
And that's okay.
And
sure.
Love you, man.
Uh-huh.
You know, and
absolutely.
And that's part of the business. You have people that agree, disagree, like you, don't like, as long as you're listening.
Just
as long as you're listening.
Uh-huh.
They all count. Whether you go and you think back about like what Rush Limbaugh used to say, or go watch the Howard Stern movie, you know, it'd be pretty boring if everybody completely agreed with what you say, right? You have to have some debate. And this is an area of the world where you can disagree and still get along. You know, you go down the hall, for example, for one of our other radio stations, and boy, you talk about hate.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to politics, man, it's like,
this is still the fun part, the escape from reality, the debate that goes with it.
I'm sure, absolutely. And you guys on YouTube are really pretty gentle. You get our Instagram comments on the posts that we do on Instagram. Those people. I had a great cartoon today on one of the posts. I think it was the latest one that I did on Trey Lance. Of just a dog pooping. So I appreciate that. It makes me laugh.
Accurate.
Makes me laugh.
See, I wish I could do that kind of stuff because,
Or what?
well, I mean, just finding the gifts and the thought process. A dog pooping on Joe Reinegel's bad video on the SA Sports Star Instagram is pretty accurate description.
What? Not really, but it made me laugh.
The first 30 seconds was there, and then at the end, it was diarrhea of the mouth. That's the beauty of it.
The longer we go with this whole drama in Dallas, the more I feel like I'm going to be proven right.
Well, I don't know that you're ever actually going to be proven right.
Well, when Dak Prescott's playing in Las Vegas next year, I guess I'll be proven right.
Well, not necessarily, because that means that they would sign a massive contract with Trey Lance, and I don't see that happening. But that's the beauty of it, is all of us are better general managers than the idiot with the job. All of us have ideas on how to make it work. Now, I've got a really good friend that years ago made what I thought was a laughable comment on this program when he was co-hosting. And you can now listen to Rob Thompson every morning. And the laughable comment, now that I think about it, is probably spot on when, Rob is like, being a GM is easy. It's an easy job, right? Anybody could have that job. And, and I was like, Rob, that's not true. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Well, I think Rob might be right.
I think so.
Well,
I could do this.
I mean, you can't do it any worse than what's already being done by those that have that job, especially after watching Hard Knocks with the New York Giants and watching that Joe Shane guy, I don't know, say bye to Saquon and talk about his love for Daniel Jones. And then I see a guy from the New York Post today literally write in a tweet and quote the GM of the New York Giants. Joe Shane says part of the Daniel Jones's agent's selling point to him on the 4-year, $160 million contract was that a bunch of other quarterbacks were coming up soon for extensions, and the number wasn't going to be as top of the market as it seemed. The quote, there's not really a middle class of the quarterbacks right now. Trust me. That was the sell of the agent at the time. They do their homework too. All these guys are coming up.
Well, apparently Joe Shane didn't do his homework.
Well, yeah. I mean, seriously? Like everybody that pays attention knows when these are coming, and that's your job. And when you realize, yeah, well, in a couple of years, this won't be top of the market. But when Daniel Jones signed it, it was a top 10 contract. It's around 15.
It was.
For Daniel Jones.
Speaking of that, by the way, rumor has it, Jamar Chase, you get a new contract by the end of the week.
Well,
that's another leaf falling for Jerry.
I still think when it comes to CeeDee Lamb, the whole forest could fall. It's how many years is that contract going to be? I mean, last week we heard numbers of where it was going to be. Slightly under what Jefferson is getting is what we heard. So if they figured out the money, then you got to figure out the years. We've been saying for months, we know Jerry Jones likes long contracts. CeeDee's agent does short contracts. It's length of contract is what they're looking at right now. And if you're Jerry, depending on when this contract kicks in, if it's 3 years after next year, all right. But Jerry has CeeDee technically under contract for the next 3 years if he uses the franchise tag twice.
If he wanted to do that, he could do that. He could technically, again, CeeDee's under contract as we stand right now. And then, Jerry could use a franchise tag on him the next 2 years. So, it's crazy how these things work. And I love talking about it and trying to figure out what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and who's it going to affect and who won't get signed. But Playing hardball, I don't see Jerry doing that. I think CD will get a new deal.
Yep.
But if he wanted to, I mean, he could just boom.
Yep.
Now, I don't know how that affects your player, and is he going to mope around? Is he,
Part of it, I really do think part of it is all gamesmanship from Jerry Jones, because we know he's going to cave. You can't give one example of when he did not cave. But you don't want to make it look too easy to try to get a deal done before it's time, because then everybody would do it.
Absolutely, they would.
And
Micah Parsons going to do the same thing next year.
Absolutely,
the exact same thing.
Well, I mean, with Micah, maybe you just pay him. Every now and then you do that. I mean, remember he did that with Jalen Smith.
He did, and that didn't work out too well, did it?
No. He's done it with other guys.
Yeah,
but on long deals. Initially paid Tyron Smith, but that was an 8-year contract. Zach Martin had a 6-year contract. These guys now want 3 years, so they're back at the table sooner.
Well, especially these young guys.
Yeah,
because they see what the TV contracts are looking like. They see that they assume that the salary cap, which is a great assumption, is going to go up year after year after year. So I don't blame them for that. If you're a young player, a good young player, then yeah, you take a shot. You get your money now, and then you hope 3 years from now you'll get another big contract.
That's the idea. I saw Bill Belichick on Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
One of the ways that he said he used to deal with guys that tried to get paid early is, you think you're worth this, we've got this, we're going to put it in incentives. If you have a year like you did, then you're going to get that money. Go earn it.
Well, that's great in theory.
Well, it is, because these guys want it guaranteed.
Yes.
That's the problem. They don't want incentives, but even that does affect you in the cap, because you still have to have the cap room to account for the incentives. But yeah, the idea of, man, if you have another year like you did, then you're going to get that money.
Old school coaches. I love them.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yep.
But we're dealing with new school players.
Mm-hmm. It's the way it works.
The
Cowboys going through one of their last practices in Oxnard. They finally leave on Thursday.
You see what happened here?
Well, what the hell happened?
We had a little violence in here, I guess.
Whoa. If you're watching on the YouTube, you can see this. If not, go to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Joe Reinagle has decapitated a bobblehead.
It was already decapitated. I had to clean up the blood over here.
Wait, what happened?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I came in here and this poor guy's head's laying on the counter.
So wait a minute. So it's like out of The Godfather. Somebody left you a player's head in your chair?
Yes.
But they also left the body.
It wasn't in my chair. It was sitting here. The body was turned over here like that.
Wait, hold on. Hang on. I'm confused.
Yeah.
So you walked in and found a decapitated bobblehead.
A dead bobblehead.
And it was cleaned up, sort of?
Well,
just not reattached.
Well, there's no way to reattach it.
It's super glue's crazy.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think that's going to be able to get it done.
I think it could.
So I don't know what happened in here this morning.
So Rob came back to work today,
and he must not have been happy about it, and he took it out on this poor guy.
So he killed the bobblehead.
Killed the bobblehead.
Just ripped the head right off.
Right off. Messed up his hat.
Well, how's the hat? He chipped the hat?
Chipped the hat?
Oh, well, not even chipped. Broke part of the hat off.
That's what I'm telling you.
I mean, there was a fastball to the noggin.
Violence
in here.
It was
like that kid from Southeast Florida was pitching against him.
That guy couldn't hit anybody. Are you kidding me? That poor kid. I felt bad for him.
Anybody know what happened this morning on the huddle with the bobblehead and why it was left? Just the bobblehead's head was left in the studio.
Is that a message to you or me or both?
Pledge, do you know?
You're getting a little scared now,
I
aren't
don't know
you?
about the bobblehead, but I know he oxnard his toe again yesterday.
He did what?
He oxnard his toe again.
Can you explain what that means?
You remember Oxnard 2 years ago with the fireplace?
Yes. Oh, and he broke his toe? He broke his toe again? How? Well, wait a minute. You can't just come in and say he oxnard his toe and expect everybody to realize that's now a term. If you stub your toe, it's now referred to as you oxnard it yourself.
Only if you're Rob Thompson.
So what happened to his toe?
He showed a picture on YouTube this morning.
No way.
His toe, which he did yesterday. And
so did he miss yesterday because of his toe or because of strep throat?
Strep throat.
Oh.
He just happened to Oxnard his toe.
Well, on cold medicine, I could understand that. It's kind of like that dude that urinated on a lady on the airplane. I mean, he took some sleeping medication and, relieved
what
himself.
Was the sleeping medication? Well, courtesy of Jim Beam?
Yeah, well, that's what he says. Although the update is about an hour into the flight after he appeared to show up at the airport drunk to begin with. He walked up to an elderly woman, exposed himself, and emptied his entire bladder for approximately 20 seconds.
On the airplane?
On the airplane.
While it's in flight?
Hour into the flight. And the plane turned around. It was from Boston to Ireland, and it went back to Boston an hour into the flight so the woman could towel off and he could get arrested.
Towel off?
Gosder Chirilos, former NFL offensive lineman, Boston College football star.
I mean, there has to be is there not a pilot shower or a flight attendant shower that she can? I mean, somebody needs to help this woman take a shower.
Yeah, wet naps.
No.
Honestly.
So now, if a big dude like that came over and peed on you, a wet nap's going to do it for you?
I'm just thinking a 20-second stream.
Well, that's a water hose. You are going to be soaking wet.
You are.
Yes.
Yes.
Wet nap's not going to handle it.
I'm just saying. When was the last time you were on a flight and saw a shower?
Never. I've never seen it.
It was Delta. So it's not like it was that fancy airline with all but I don't know. I mean, do those overseas planes have showers? I know they've got private areas and places you can sleep. I don't know if they have a shower, but I know it was an hour into the flight and the plane went back to Boston so he could get arrested.
Now, I'm not sure the plane had a shower, but the Boston airport has to have one, don't they?
Well, at that point, you're just taking a sponge bath in the bathroom.
Dude, I'm not. I'm diving in a fountain. I'm doing something. Clothes are coming off, and I'm diving in the first water fountain or something that I find.
A water fountain in an airplane?
No,
at
in an airport.
Really?
I'm running
Are
off
you
that
collecting
plane.
pennies while you're doing that?
Yeah, but I don't care what I'm just getting the pee off of me. Dude, that's disgusting.
It really is. It really is.
Wow.
He's blaming sleeping medication.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sleeping medication. I mean,
I don't know how.
That's what most people do when they take a couple sleeping pills and go pee on somebody.
An elderly woman at that.
Yes. I wonder if he had mommy issues. Maybe she looked like his mother.
Stop.
I'll get you, Mom.
I have no idea how a headless bobblehead and an Oxnard toe led to that, but here we are.
Boy. The world is going crazy.
Yeah. Let's talk some Cowboys coming up. Dak Prescott, the play caller. He's not going to play, but he might call plays Saturday in their preseason finale. We'll dive into that coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You know, your testosterone levels, they start to decline in your 30s. So as you get older, you're thinking about taking better care of your health. If you're lacking energy and drive, could be caused by low T. The answer is very simple. Get your levels checked at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. Don't put it off. At Synergenics, you'll get testing and customized care from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy or TRT. You want to book that initial appointment at synergenicshealth.com. And maybe it's just weight that you need a little help with. Tired of the dad bod jokes? Well, the testosterone experts at Synergenics are known for advanced TRT treatment. They're also experts with GLP-1 weight loss medication. At Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, you get TRT test results on your first visit because they have an on-site lab, and you can also be evaluated for prescription weight loss treatment. Make that initial appointment now. Book it at synergenicshealth.com, SYNERGENX health.com. for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
94.1. It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights, open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Grainger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights. Open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210. 2210.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
I juggle a lot. And managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is The Blitz here on 94.1, a San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Menix. On a Tuesday afternoon, whether you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Listening on one of the various apps and ways, or just on the radio on National Radio Day.
National Radio Day. I find it fascinating.
We got a day.
Every day. So radio guys and girls get a day.
Now, I know there's a National DJ Day.
There is.
I don't know if there's a National Sports Talk Show Host Day.
I think we should just worm in on the DJ Day.
No, man, I want my own day.
Well, I want them both.
Greedy.
We're DJs, or maybe used to be at one time.
At one time, I was a DJ.
Yeah, I did that for, I don't know, about 6 months.
Any good at it? No.
Well, define good.
Just spin records?
Well, yeah.
Carts?
Uh-huh.
CDs?
Yes.
Yeah.
I worked right there on Fredericksburg Road and I-10. KISS Radio.
Okay. Yeah.
Overnight. Didn't talk much. Answered a lot of drunk people's calls.
Those were the best.
Yeah.
Those were the best.
That's how it all began, Jason.
Me too. Me too.
The good old days.
Doing overnights at KZEP.
Yeah. See?
I met my wife. A
Met your
groupie
wife.
that hasn't gone home.
I know.
30 years later.
Well, I'm not sure why, but, somebody for everybody.
Absolutely. And you like to think that, the Cowboys and CeeDee Lamb are for each other, yet, here we are, 19, 20 days away from the season opener.
Wow.
Let's see, it's Tuesday. Was it Friday? We heard that there was an offer and there was dollars and it was slightly under Justin Jefferson.
Right about $33 million.
Now, clearly, there's something not right with that particular offer because it's not signed yet. But I have not seen any reports of any new offers. I just keep hearing insider after insider after insider telling me they're close.
It's close.
Like Adam Schefter earlier today on Pat McAfee.
Look, those are the three real big questions right now. Brandon Ayuk, CeeDee Lamb, and Jamar Chase. Now, CeeDee Lamb, again, I think the two sides aren't that far apart on a deal. I don't think it should be that difficult. But again, it's Monday, August 20th. He's still not there, still hasn't gone through camp. So this has not gone the way that everybody expected. But my understanding is the two sides aren't all that far apart. And somehow, some way, I and others believe that they will figure out a way to bridge their differences so that CeeDee Lamb will be there for week one. Now, the question becomes, okay, he's there for week one, but he didn't go through training camp. His conditioning level won't be exactly what you want it to be. Are you at risk for some type of muscle strain, which you hope doesn't happen? But this is what comes along with sitting out time during training camp. But I still think that they find a way to figure that out. CeeDee Lamb's got 1 year left in his contract. Dallas has wanted to pay him. Brandon Ayuk has got 1 year left in his contract.
So, Schefter didn't really, and he's right. And he brings up a great point, though, about the Mike McCarthy term ramp up period. When he gets into camp, getting him up to full speed. The Cowboys will leave Oxnard on Thursday. And they've been in Oxnard a really long time, but the way the schedule is, because they first two preseason games are on the road on the West Coast, and the time it takes to pack up and get all the stuff back. I mean, the players, that's one thing, but they move all of their equipment out there.
Yeah.
And then they got to move it all back. So you kind of want to do it when guys are going to be off. And then you got a game on Saturday afternoon. And McCarthy did explain that a little bit today about the extended stay in Oxnard.
A lot of factors. Number one, the weather and the opportunity to train for another week in this climate. I think it's very, very important. So the week back is always an adjustment. And the other factor was the bye week layout. Just the way it's laid out, just with the only the 3 days of practice and how you have to practice. It's regulated. I'd rather do that the week we return than a week early. So because it's you're on an adjustment schedule anyways. And plus we have to be indoors. The week we go back, obviously because of the transition from
gotta have AC
the weather here to Dallas. So
I mean, all those factors
are
to
involved.
98.
I think really the straw that broke the back was the opportunity to hang out with the media for another week. So I mean that's really pushed it over the top.
Yeah. Look, I agree with that. You can't just go from 70-degree weather to 100-degree weather. I mean, you got to ease your way back in, but they're going to have to practice outdoors, right?
And they will, and they'll do some. But now that as you try to put some things together, no urgency. Could this be part of the reason why Jerry didn't have urgency is maybe they've already talked. Is there any point of CD getting out to California for 3 or 4 days and for those days of practice when he's going to be in a ramp-up period anyway, working off to the side, as we see every player that is either coming back from injury or whatnot, they're not doing team stuff. He wasn't going to do team stuff out there. If he truly has been getting plays every day and going through his iPad, as we've been told he's been doing, even though he's holding out, is the urgency going to be when this team gets back to Dallas? Is he at that first practice back?
Well, I mean, he signed his contract today, and that would be the case. I mean, there would be no reason for him to go to California for anything. And I disagree with Adam Schefter in a way that you're worried about him in that whole ramp up. CeeDee Lamb, from the videos I've seen, that you've seen, he's working pretty hard. I say he's probably working a hell of a lot harder wherever he is than what he's doing at training camp. He's not going to play in the games anyway. So I just don't see it. I don't think he's going to have any issue. There is a difference, but all the starters, most of them are going to have to go through it anyway. Nobody's played football for a long time. Other than in a controlled practice session. And so I don't think it's going to make any difference. CeeDee Lamb could sign the day before the Cleveland game. He's going to be just fine.
I do think there will be a ramp up period for him before he's doing team drills. Just watching Mike McCarthy coach his team the last couple of years, even Trayvon Diggs, what we saw in Oxnard, hey, you're healthy, you're ready to go, but go over here and get yourself, because there's workout shape and then there's game shape.
Mm-hmm.
And as much work as he's been doing on his own, he's not in game shape and game speed working with that offense because he hasn't been there for the month they've been in Oxnard.
Yeah, but nobody is at training camp. That's not game speed. That's not even close to game speed. I mean, I'm watching video right now. All I see this Deuce Vaughn. There he goes.
Here we go.
And I mean, nobody's touching the guy. I mean, it's different. It's not like playing in a game. It's completely different. And that's why you see a lot of guys that are veteran players struggle in the first couple of regular season ball games. And to me, it makes absolutely no sense why you don't get those guys some reps. But CD wasn't going to play anyway.
No.
So it doesn't really matter. He's in shape. I can't imagine how he would be any more in football shape if he would have been the last 3 weeks in Oxnard than he is right now.
It's going to be interesting. But does that mean a deal gets done when they get back to Dallas? Will he be on the sidelines for the preseason game on Saturday afternoon? I mean, you want, there's no urgency right now, right? Jerry said that. And to a degree, other than having your guy there, he's right. Once they get back to Dallas, when you're 2 weeks out, when you're a week out, and you're putting in install for Cleveland, that's when it becomes urgent. Although, to your point, CD could show up on Sunday morning and be in that game and be a factor.
He could meet the team in Cleveland on Saturday night. I think he'd be just fine. I'm not worried about his shape. And again, the game shape is different, but these guys are going to have to play their way into that anyway. So I think CD will be just fine. So the fact that there's no urgency, whatever that means from Jerry Jones, there's really not. I mean, you want to get it done as soon as you possibly can, but there's not any urgency.
It's the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star as we get closer to the start of the regular season. With CD, Cowboys are going to be good. Without him, question mark. So let's assume CD gets the deal done. Will the Cowboys be better or worse than last year? Bill Barnwell from ESPN has a list out. You'd be surprised where he has the Cowboys. We'll talk about it coming up on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. When you need an electrician, Hill Electric is available to you 24/7 for residential and commercial needs. I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects at my house. They've added extra outlets in the garage, a spotlight over one of the grills outside, dimmer lights in the living room. For over 3 decades, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. Whether you need additional outlets or USB ports, you got a fuse that is constantly blowing, a flickering light, whatever your case is, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done, whether it's at your office or at your house. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. There's an old man standing on the mound in Houston. His name is Verlander. Does he have enough to carry him through?
And college football now just 3 days away. We'll talk about that and so much more Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. Starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you switch and save with Progressive, you could use that money towards golf lessons to become a scratch golfer. Progressive cannot guarantee that you will ever become a scratch golfer. Scratch golfers are really, really good. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds on average, and sure, you could put that money towards lessons, but if you can't hit the broadside of a barn and think you're going to become a scratch golfer, you're delusional. Sorry, just telling it like it is. Savings? Maybe. Scratch golfer? Don't hold your breath. Switch and see if you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance and Affiliates. Not available in all states. It's universally accepted that golf is hard. Progressive cannot guarantee improved performance on the course.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights. Open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Save on O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner. Get 2 cans of O'Reilly Brake Parts Cleaner for just $8. Valid in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 3. After wrapping training camp at the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World in Arlington for their final preseason game. Pre-game starts at 2 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Ryan-Eagle. I'm Jason Minnick. Our Fall Golf Classic.
That's right. How about that?
September 30th out at Olympia Hills. $120 if you sign up as an individual. Get your foursome, $400. Benefiting San Antonio Sports, presented by the law office of Jesse Hernandez, Flight by Yingling, and Jim Beam.
Little Jim Beam.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All-in-one contest for a shot at $50,000 or a Mercedes-Benz, brought to you by PPL Motorhomes and Mercedes-Benz of Selma. Get your foursome signed up, sasportstar.com. Put it on your calendar. September 30th. We always sell out.
Always happens.
Always sell out.
And it's a blast. If you've been out there, you know. If you haven't, you need to get out there.
And I know the after party will be at the break room there in Live Oak.
The break room.
The break room.
Don't know if I've ever been to the break room.
Well, it's fairly new.
It is.
And looks fantastic.
Okay.
So, yeah, get your foursome.
Looking forward to it.
sasportstar.com. So,
all right.
Couple
wear
weeks.
A white belt and everything.
Oh, good
Oh,
Lord.
sorry, dude. Did I say that out loud?
Lord. Although, and I don't know because he didn't respond, but Chip Ingram sent
I did
us
respond.
No, Chip did not
Oh,
respond.
Gotcha.
He tweeted at us this morning. He's somewhere where they sell golf apparel. I don't know if he was at a golf course or a golf store, but Chip tweeted, if it's on all three mannequins, it's back. # white belt. At Joe Reinigle 210, at Jason Minix. Now, my response was, damn well you did that, not the store. I could see Chip in there redressing the mannequins for a funny tweet.
That'd be pretty damn creepy. I don't think Chip's going to do
you've
that.
Met Chip.
Oh, I have.
Yes.
But I can't see Chip. That looks like the PGA Superstore is what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Just because of the stuff on the wall. But anyway, having said that, Chip's not going to do that.
I could see Chip doing that.
Well, if he did that store a service.
Did he?
Yes.
Well, I think it is like, look, dude, we haven't sold these white belts in years. Let's put them on display and sell them.
Dude, I got news for everybody. The white belt never went out of style.
Was it ever in style?
Yeah, of course it's in style. Why? Every mannequin in this place has it up.
Well, there's 3 in a picture.
Okay, well, they're all close together.
And whether if Chip redressed the mannequins, that's one thing, or if he maneuvered mannequins for a cool photo, I would not put that past Chip Ingram.
Well, I would just like to be the dude in the back going, what the hell is that guy doing?
He's doing my job. Let him do it.
What is that guy doing? It's what you're supposed to wear.
Supposed to wear.
Of course, it's stylish. Goes with anything.
See, but Chip is also the guy that showed up at our golf tournaments looking like he bought the outfit directly off the mannequin.
He did.
From hat to shoes.
You know what? I'm going to bet, and this could be a beer bet if you want. Chip will wear a white belt to the golf tournament.
Well,
on September 30th.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Well, because he's stylish. He's a stylish guy.
His better half does him right. Because if it's
I don't know. I've seen some of his outfits. You're going to blame that on Charlene, huh?
No, I'm going to say, if you see Chip in just a regular T-shirt, then Chip dressed himself that day. If it's anything else, then Charlene dressed him.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Some of those outfits are loud, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Which there's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
nothing wrong with it. Didn't he look like a highlighter last time?
Well, like I said, he probably either saw a mannequin or flipping through a catalog and ordered exactly what was there, and he did. He looked like he was a safety officer on the golf range.
Exactly.
Right? You weren't going to miss that guy.
But obviously his taste is changing. He understands the importance of a white belt.
Well, we'll see.
He gets
now, at our golf tournament, the Roo Pub always has the best hole, right? The way they set it up and everything they've got going on. Maybe there needs to be some sort of white belt challenge at the Roo Pub hole at our golf tournament September 30th.
So
I don't know what we would do with it. Not just show up wearing a white belt or something. There's got to be some sort of game involved.
Yeah,
with a white belt or belts.
Well, I'll be thinking on that because that's a great idea, Jim.
Is that really a great idea, Jim?
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
I mean, I'm thinking of pin the tail on the something to do with the white belt.
Uh-huh.
We can get creative.
We'll figure it out.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
Nice. All right. Sign up for the golf tournament. It's going to be fun.
sasportstar.com. So on ESPN.com today, Bill Barnwell has 5 teams that he thinks are going to decline this year based off of what they did last year, and 5 teams that are going to be better this year based on what they did last year. So 5 that are going to do worse, 5 that are going to improve. The Dallas Cowboys coming off a 12-win team. What list do you think they make?
I can't find them anywhere.
They're not on either list. Tell me, how does that happen?
Now, that would have been a layup, just to say. I mean, the odds say they're not going to be as good as 12-5.
Well, the odds also say if you include the Dallas Cowboys, you're going to get more clicks, and he's in the click business. Because the Cowboys are a team that, quite honestly, if they won 12 games again, I don't think any of us would be overly surprised. If they only won 9 games, I don't think many of us would be surprised. It is hard to kind of guess where the Cowboys are going to be, because everywhere you look, the range for record predictions is all over the place with the Dallas Cowboys. Nothing consistent. Now, the 5 teams that he thinks will decline: Pittsburgh, the New York Giants, Baltimore Ravens, Philadelphia Eagles, and Cleveland Browns.
See, I'm not sure with a couple of those teams. Pittsburgh, I can see. The Giants are going to suck big time. Philadelphia, I don't see it. I mean, I don't see it. And unless he's just saying that Jalen Hurts he had his 1 year, he's just not that good anymore, and he's just, I don't know what he's thinking there. But I think Philly's going to be pretty good, and I'm on a record saying Cleveland is my dark horse team out of the AFC. I think they're going to be good.
Well, it's easy to say. I think you're right. Pittsburgh and the New York Giants. Baltimore last year was a 13-win team. All right. So if they only get 11, you're right. They declined. Cleveland was an 11-win team last year. He's saying those 2 teams in the AFC North because Cincinnati is going to be that much better this year. Cincinnati was only 9-8, although Cincinnati doesn't make his likely to improve list. That list includes the Chargers, the Patriots, Washington, Arizona, and your Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs.
Does any of that surprise you? Nothing there surprises me.
I mean, New England was 4 wins last year.
Yeah.
You know, the Chargers, we've waited since they drafted Justin Herbert to do something. They were 5 wins last year. Just Harbaugh, you kind of figure, makes them a little bit better. Washington,
they're going to be better.
4 wins last year. So if they get to 5, he's right. You know what I mean?
They'll have 8.
8. Arizona was, a 4-win team last year, but then you got Kansas City, who had a down regular season, although won the Super Bowl, but they had 11 wins last year on what we called a down year for them.
Well, but keep in mind, Patrick Mahomes has some receivers this year.
Yes.
So that's going to make a big difference where he didn't really have any last year. So I think the offense is going to be better. The defense is still pretty solid. So, it's hard to bet against Kansas City for anything until somebody knocks them off their perch. And thus far, nobody's been able to do that.
But I do think there are some teams that are obvious. And I don't know, he went with 5. You probably could have picked 10 for both of those lists and been fairly accurate. But I think the ones that are tricky on better or worse include the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
They were a surprise 10-win team last year.
Wow.
They've got a brutal schedule this year. They've added weapons. They're going to be better defensively, and not enough people are just talking about how good that defense is because of all the offensive weapons that C.J. Stroud has, and C.J. going into a second year. So, so the Barnwell was like, well, I don't know. I'm not going to put them on a list. And it's very similar with the Cowboys.
Well, he should have put them on a list. I mean,
well, he did 5.
I think,
he did 5. He didn't do 10.
He should have done 10.
You should have done 10.
Yeah, I mean, with a lazy dude, come on. What'd you just say? Here's 5. Here's 5. I'm going to go play golf.
Well,
I mean, come on.
He has to do a story a day. Maybe he's going to save those for another story.
Look, Houston I think Houston is going to be a better team this year. that might not translate into more wins.
Okay.
Right? I mean, and I could see them maybe finishing the same way. I could see that because I think that division is going to be tougher. Jacksonville, I think you can't count them out of that division. Indianapolis, depending on their quarterback health. And then who knows about the Titans? Honestly, I can't sit here with any degree of confidence and say that they're going to be, but I think their quarterback will be better this year than he was just because of another year of experience.
Let's look at Tennessee. 6 wins last year. Will Levis has a cannon, right? He's got the arm. If he can dial it in, he's going to be good.
Uh-huh.
They've made some interesting moves. New coach coming in. Looks like they've done a lot of things to help the offensive line. So if you've got good offensive line play and a decent quarterback, you should end up with better quarterback play.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to have better running back play, but Tony Pollard is a different kind of weapon than what Derrick Henry is because you can use him in the passing game as well, which is going to help a young quarterback. Not that you couldn't use Derrick Henry that way, but Derrick Henry was run up the middle.
Well, and keep in mind, DeAndre Hopkins is going to miss some time too. I think it's an injury. I'll have to look, but I know he's. I'm pretty sure that's. I'll clarify that.
Right.
But I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is going to be available early for the Titans.
But they only had 6 wins last year. The Colts 9 wins with a healthy quarterback. How good are they going to be? Jacksonville was the darling team to go to the Super Bowl last year that didn't live up to expectation. They had 9 wins. So to your point, Houston is in a better division overall. So, yeah, they might be better, but the record won't show it. Cowboys, to think that they're going to get 12 wins again, I don't see it. But especially if Washington is better, the Giants are going to suck. What does Philadelphia do? They've got Barkley now, but they've got an offensive coordinator that we know doesn't like to run the ball.
Maybe he's evolved.
Well, he didn't run the ball in Los Angeles either. But then again, neither did Mike McCarthy. So I don't know. That's the fun of the NFL season, because there's going to be a team like Houston last year that just out of nowhere does some things. You look at the Bears, Caleb Williams, that's a good football team, decent football team that ended up with the number 1 overall pick, and they added a stud quarterback and a stud wide receiver to an already talented wide receiver group. But it's the Bears. Are they going to screw it up?
Well, Green Bay's going to be good in that division. You know that. So that's going to be a tougher division. I don't think Minnesota's going to be that bad.
And you got Detroit, and, Minnesota becomes a little bit of the wild card.
Well, they do. Remember, they've got Aaron Jones now there. So they've got they've signed their top wide receiver. So they've got some offensive weapons. It's just Sam Darnold. Is he going to screw it up or not? And I know everybody's wanting to know. We're probably waiting with bated breath on DeAndre Hopkins. He's shooting to get back for the season opener against the Chicago Bears.
Is he? Okay.
He's got a sprained knee.
Yeah.
I know everybody was concerned about that. So you're welcome.
Well, for your fantasy draft coming up.
Well, sure.
That's important.
Could be.
Yeah. Interesting. Cowboys don't make the list.
Don't make it. Well, you could look at that as good news. It's not bad news. No, but nobody's saying they're going to decline.
No. Houston doesn't make the list.
I just don't think you can even, at sitting here today, August 20th, how can you predict anything with the Cowboys? No CD Lamb. And
you realize people in the prediction business, that's what they do.
I get it, but you're just throwing spaghetti against the wall.
Absolutely. That's what you get. That's what you get paid to do. It's like being a weather forecaster, Mr. Taylor.
And then you could be 12% correct, right? As our friend yesterday,
Brett McMurphy from the Action Network.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and nobody remembers.
And then you get drunk fans like Jimenez, Joshua Jimenez on our YouTube says Houston's getting 12 to 14 wins.
Well, that's good.
Drink that Kool-Aid,
yes,
man.
Yes.
Drink that Kool-Aid. And for Texans fans, I truly am genuinely excited for you because you have something to root for this year.
Hey, they're going to be a player in the playoffs. I don't think there's any question about it. The question, are they going to win that division? Or will they come in second? I think either way, they're in the playoffs, and who knows what happens after that.
And you got to deal with Mahomes.
Yeah, always.
Although, in the history of the National Football League, there has never been a three-peat. So odds are there is a different AFC representative down in New Orleans.
I wouldn't bet against Mahomes and Andy Reid.
I wouldn't either.
I really wouldn't.
But odds are in your favor to bet against.
Well, odds are the Cowboys won't win the NFC East this year.
Well, that's just in the rules.
I'm
you
just
can't
saying.
have back-to-back NFC East champions.
So you got all those things happening.
Yes.
Trends are made to be broken.
But Patrick Mahomes won't keep the Cowboys from getting to the Super Bowl. He can keep the Texans from getting to the Super Bowl.
He can.
Now, Mahomes could keep the Cowboys from winning the Super Bowl if we're throwing spaghetti against the wall.
Sure. Is that your prediction?
No.
Kansas City, Dallas, Super Bowl?
No.
New Orleans?
No.
No?
No.
All right. Just checking.
We'll do that coming up.
I'm just checking.
Well, I can tell you now that would,
okay. That's not going to happen.
No.
All right.
No. 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 But we are a couple of weeks away from football determining our mood for the next 6 months.
Wow. Can't wait.
Yes.
Can't wait.
Although this year with the Cowboys, expectations aren't there, so shouldn't put you in a bad mood when they disappoint.
You know what? You are going to be,
I know.
Game one, the expectation, you're going to be sitting there in your living room. Super Bowl, baby, here we come.
No, not this year.
Yeah, you will.
Not this year. Seriously, not this year.
I'm going to tell Joanna to put up a secret camera in your house.
Really?
During that game.
God, you're a pervert.
I know. I don't want to see that. Trust me. I'm just saying. Because, see, you could sit here and say, no, I didn't do any of that. And then the camera would show proof that you did.
Uh-huh. You'll see my betting slips this weekend in Las Vegas. I won't put money on the Cowboys.
Some futures, huh?
Yes.
Wow.
There won't be $1 on the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl this year. You know, every year I generally put 20 to 50 on the Cowboys winning the Super Bowl. That's money I'm not planning to spend.
You've lost a hell of a lot of money,
That's
haven't you?
money I am not planning to spend on the Cowboys this year.
Damn, that's $50.
It's a lot of money, sir.
30 years, that's like $1,500.
Well, damn, you put in perspective.
Over a 30-year time period.
And that just hurts.
It does.
Speaking of TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, they've announced a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. It's called the Hurt app, and it provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. Hurt is the app to have before you need it, so you don't wait for an injury to happen. Download Hurt now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. Hurt is the app to have, and it's available in the App Store and Google Play. You can learn more about it and the Ortho Now Injury Clinic online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Football season is finally here, friends, and it's time to jump into the Prize Picks play. It's America's #1 daily fantasy sports app. Heck, there's over 5 million active users. I'm one of them. You should jump in today. Use your fantasy knowledge to go win some serious money. Know your players' stats. You've been playing them before. Put them to work. Is Zeke going to get 90 yards? Is Stephon Diggs going to get over 100? Play your game. Pick your more. Pick your less, but go pick them. That's Prize Picks. Go play them today. It's easy. Use the code Alamo. Download the app, and you've got $100 just waiting for you. That's code Alamo on the Prize Picks for a deposit match of up to $100. Prize Picks. Run your game. Head over to Prize Picks right now and use that knowledge. If it's football season, Prize Picks is the place to be. It's the best way to win real money this football season. It's Prize Picks. Go download it today. Alamo for $100. There's money waiting on it. Use your knowledge and go win some more with the code Alamo and Prize Picks. And tell them Rob sent you.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve, so this fall make a plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Is your vehicle stopping like it should? Does it squeal or grind when you brake? Don't miss out on summer brake deals at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollar saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit. Credit for deciding while stuck in traffic to get a bachelor's degree. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's. And graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. Get your application fee waived through August 29th. Flexible online and hybrid classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
South Texas home for the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Saturday afternoon at 3. After wrapping training camp at the Star in Frisco, the Cowboys take on the Los Angeles Chargers at Jerry World in Arlington for their final preseason game. Pre-game starts at 2 p.m. Presented by AA Best Bell Bonds and Ewald Kubota. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, congratulations to that team from Bernie, Little League World Series. They are now 2-0. Got a 4-1 win last night. They return to action tomorrow. They'll take on the Mountain Squad. First pitch, 2 o'clock. Houston Texans extended safety Jimmy Ward added a year to his contract, now signed through 2025. And Brandon Cooks, the Cowboys wide receiver, left camp today. But Mike McCarthy says it is a positive personal matter.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. If you're listening online, thank you. It's National Radio Day. Glad you're listening on 94.1 FM.
National Radio Day. How about that? Who knew?
I don't know. Somebody knew.
Oh, the boss knew.
He did.
The big boss. I'm talking about the
CEO.
The guy that sits on the mountaintop at the corporate headquarters.
Yeah.
He knew.
He knew.
Yeah.
He knew.
And congratulated all of us for that.
He did.
That was nice of him.
Not like we got like catered lunch or even a cake.
That would have been nice.
I don't know how you celebrate National Radio Day.
Well, I'm not sure either. I just saw Lance, our big boss here.
Yes.
Maybe we should ask him.
Go ahead.
I'll ask him.
Mm-hmm. How are we celebrating today? You got a job to come
Yeah,
to.
exactly. Your check cleared.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
True. Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
You know, the NFL season's right around the corner.
It is?
It really is.
Wow.
If you have the Sunday ticket on YouTube, they this year are going to allow customizable multi-view windows for fans. Last year they gave you game options and whatever you had to pick one. And, you know, it almost felt like those meals at HEB. You know, you look at them and you go, these ready to eat meals. There's this I like, and then you got this, I don't know, asparagus. Do they have something else? And, you know, you just went with the options that they have. This year, you're going to be able to create your own 4-box of games that you want to watch.
Well, see, now it's been a while since I've had DirecTV
this was on
ticket.
YouTube. Yeah. Same thing.
Didn't we call it DirecTV? I never called it the ticket.
Whatever, dude.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But it was always, I could watch whatever game I wanted.
Well, you can still do that. But if you want multiple games on your screen at one time.
Well, who the hell wants that? I mean, who wants that?
A lot of people.
You can't watch all 4 of those games at once.
You can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Watch all 4 games at one time. Stop
I've got
it.
2 TVs in the living room, and none of them have just one game.
And that's going to be a good test one day, because I'm going to come in and test you.
All right.
Like, what the hell's going on in the little TV in the left-hand corner?
Are you kidding? I might have 2 TVs and another couple games on an iPad.
Dude, stop it.
Seriously. If the Cowboys are playing, they're on a screen by itself, and then the other TV will have either 2 or 4 games on it, or Red Zone. There's lots of things going on. You know, I realize some people like Joe can't do that.
Well, no, I don't want to do that.
You say, do you like going to, like, say, into the Brew Pub? They got 3 different games on, and you're watching all 3 of them at the same time?
Well, that's a little bit different.
Is it really?
Yeah, because they've got 3 giant screens up there. I can see clearly, perfectly.
So you're saying size matters in this case?
Well, size always matters. But
Yes.
if I'm talking about my TV out on my back patio, for example, it's 55 inches.
Yeah.
And I put a 4-screen thing on there. I mean, you got to concentrate. Okay, what's happening here and what's going on over there? And
Okay,
how about this one? And what? There's no way. I'd rather just flip around.
All right, you can do that, or
Yeah,
you could put.
I will do
You
that.
could put 2 games on.
I could do that.
Or you could have 4 games on and get yourself a bigger television.
Now, I've had the 2 games. I can do that now.
Yeah, you probably
without the Sunday ticket.
I mean, the point of this isn't Joe's old school viewing habit. It's the idea that YouTube heard all the complaints that fans want to customize the games they want in their screens, and YouTube is allowing that.
For an additional $150.
No, it's the same price.
Yeah, whatever.
And as Bo LaHue from the Golf Club of Texas just texted me, Red Zone is the greatest channel ever created and all anyone needs.
No, Red Zone is great. I do watch Red Zone.
Uh-huh.
Well, just I don't know what kind of mime Pledge is being over there, but we'll let him have his
Red Zone gives you sometimes multiple games at one time.
Sure.
right?
But it's great for fantasy football because
all of this is great for fantasy football. That's why we do it.
The red zone is great for fantasy football.
Well, yes, and or gambling. It's there. I'm also getting a text. This with your Parkhurst vision upgrade, you should be able to watch multiple games at one time, even on 55 inches.
I have no problem watching the TV, but you can't concentrate on each one. If I'm watching this little screen over here and something happens on the screen on the right, you miss it.
You don't miss it.
You do. You miss it.
All right. Good Lord.
I'm with Bo.
Get off my
Red Zone channel is great.
And with Red Zone, because all they do is change the channel for you, which is great.
Which is great.
But sometimes they'll put up 2 or 3 games.
Well, sometimes they will.
It happens.
And that's okay. 2 games, I can handle 2 games.
But 3 games is too much for you, even when Red Zone does it for you.
No. 2 games is fine.
But what if Red Zone gives you 3 or sometimes 4?
I can't recall a time when that happened.
It happens every year, every week. Do you get mad at Andrew or who's the dude that I had to watch last year? I miss Siciliano. Who?
Chris Hansen.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, it's not Siciliano. He's gone, right?
Yeah. He was DirecTV. And so now it's a different.
Doesn't he have a new gig?
I'm
I think
sure.
Siciliano has a new gig.
Yeah.
Look, I do just fine.
See, Alexandra on YouTube says, I like to watch the multi-view on YouTube. Unlike Joe, I can focus on multiple games.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
Alexandra. Yeah, Alexandra, what did I do to you?
Apparently you don't multitask well enough, sir.
Oh, my goodness.
I will say this, just as a tip out there for any veteran, ID Me has a incredible special on YouTube.
Really?
And I'm pissed because I missed out on this.
You can't change it?
I can't change it because if you had YouTube Red Zone whatever last year, your automatic renewal has already happened.
I
didn't realize that. But August 5th, they hit my card for damn near $500. And then over the weekend, I saw an ad for ID Me where you could have got YouTube for $150.
$150
if you're a veteran and you're part of that program.
Wow.
Which most veterans are.
Yeah.
So I went into my YouTube and I tried to cancel, and you this year's paid for, but you can cancel now for $25. So kind of sucks. They've already hit the auto renewal.
So wait a minute, you could cancel, but it still cost you $25.
No, fine. No, it will cancel for the year 2025.
Oh, okay.
This season is over. You can't
screwed.
cancel this season.
You're screwed.
Yeah, I'm screwed this year.
All right.
So if you had it last year and you didn't check that little box or whatever for auto renewal, they've already hit your card.
I keep getting the deals, but every time I turn the TV on, hey, do you want to sign up for this? I might.
What do you mean you might?
I might break down and do it.
We know you're old school and you're just going to watch whatever Fox and CBS offer you.
Yeah, which is perfectly fine. And I get my updates. I'm okay with that. I like to enjoy a football game.
Yes.
And since it's my job to watch I need to know what the hell's going on.
You're going to watch the Cowboys.
Sure.
And then you're red zoning everything else.
I don't have 5 TVs in my living room.
Well, you could.
I could, but I don't want to.
No, your wife doesn't want you to.
Well, that too. But I've got mine I'm perfectly happy on the patio, just watching what I want to do.
Bola Hugh, our Red Zone apparently salesperson, says it's called the Quad Box, and Red Zone does it all the time. Yes, the Quad Box.
Bo, I just complimented you, and what's happening here?
Get yourself a Quad Box.
This is National Be Pissed at Joe Day.
Well, that's part of it.
What's happening? I don't want to watch 4 games at once. I want to enjoy the games that I'm watching. Then I flip around. I'll hunt for scores, and then I'm good.
Hunt for scores.
Well, I do that, yeah. I watch Red Zone.
If you're watching Red Zone, everything is right there, and they got this little thing across the bottom of the
that's
screen.
That's what I'm talking about, hunting for scores.
Gives you everything. Oh, I thought you were like going to your
you got to wait till they come,
Commodore 64 and your dial-up internet trying to get that info.
Dude, don't knock that. It worked great.
What the?
Have mail. Dude, you're old enough to remember AOL.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Little ping, ding, dong, ding, dong. You have mail.
I remember the movie.
I'm glad everybody's concerned about my viewing habits on the weekend. I do just fine.
Bo is still texting. Good Lord, dude. You don't have to sell me, man. I've already bought it, apparently.
You didn't even know. Now, you can't tell me while we're stuck on this that when the Cowboys open the season in Cleveland, I think that's a 3:25 game.
It is.
That you're not going to be glued to that TV?
Again, I got to simplify things.
Please do. Yes.
Okay. On the main TV, the Cowboys game will
They'll be there.
On the other TV, we'll have the red zone.
Okay, with the quad deck.
Yes, quad box.
Quad box. Okay, yeah.
If there's that many games going on in the afternoon in that window.
Okay, I see.
Now,
yeah,
I'll be stuck because for the noon kickoff, whatever Southwest is showing me, so whatever New York channels, I'll have one of those options because I'll be flying out of Denver, leaving like at 11:30.
You'll got to watch the Jets, and who do they play? San Francisco, which should be a good game.
Is that going to be the
I
early
think that's
game?
their opening game. I don't know.
Is that early?
I don't know. But I'm gonna experiment and explore the Sunday ticket and see what we've got.
Back to Bo LaHue. He wants to clarify for you, Joe Reinagle.
Okay, thank you, Bo.
He wasn't messing with you.
Okay, all right.
Just making sure that you're aware that it has a name.
Oh, okay.
And it's exciting, Joe. It's exciting.
Exciting.
When we go to the quad box.
Yes, because that means there's about to be 4 touchdowns.
Yes, 4 scores.
4 scores.
Yes.
And 7 years ago.
Because the quad box is exciting. Oh, let's go to the quad box.
Yes.
Yes.
I will.
You got to get excited when they go quad.
I got to do that.
Quad box.
If I have a bet on one of those games, I'll get excited, or a player in fantasy football.
Can't you just get excited because the world is excited that they've gone quad box?
I just no. Everybody's got their viewing habits, and I'm happy for you.
If Bo LaHue is excited about a quad box, you should be excited about your quad box.
I am thrilled for Bo LaHue that he's excited about a quad box. I'm thrilled for him. The hell is that?
That's Reinagle waiting. That's Reinagle waiting for his quad box.
Exactly. You have mail.
You're an idiot. Indy Kalu will join us at about 3:35. I can't read that last one from Bo LaHue. Thanks, Bo. Just tell him where you can put your quad box. Indy Kalu joins us at 3:35.
Exactly. That's what it sounds like.
No, not really. You just heard how off you were. It's kind of like when you try foreign languages, man. You're nowhere close. That's.
Say that.
I'm glad you cracked yourself.
You have mail.
Let's talk college football coming up on the Blitz 94.1 quad box.
Yes, it is. Let's talk a little Steven, because I've been talking about Stevens Roofing for a long time now, and rightly so, and I'm proud to do so. Look, they're a family-owned company, a local company, and your roof covers your home, it covers your family, so you want to make sure you have a reliable roofer that you can trust. That's Stevens Roofing. Whether it's a commercial project or a residential project, doesn't matter. Stevens can handle it. You want a metal roof on your house? They can do that as well. They're licensed by the city of San Antonio. Estimates are always free when you give them a call. 785-0994. And if you're like me, we're all looking at saving money these days. So if you've been thinking about going solar, well, Stevens Roofing has you covered there as well. In fact, solar panels are increasingly affordable. They can save you money on your monthly utility bills. Plus, solar will often increase the value of your home. There are even options to keep the lights on if the grid goes down. Look, Stevens has a team of certified experts who will deliver solar solutions tailored to your specific needs. So for roofing or for solar, call the local company that's been trusted for decades. Call Stevens Roofing, 210-785-0994. Stevens Roofing has your family covered. Give them a call, 210-785-0994.
94.1 FM.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle.
Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle. This back-to-school season, Tide and Downey are giving back with $1.5 million in scholarships. Enter to win. No purchase necessary. US/DC 17+. End September 30th. Rules. Tide.com/scholarships/official rules.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
What's wrong? My travel rewards card didn't earn enough miles for my vacation. Are you crying? Are you crying because of that other credit card? Uh-huh. Well, switch to the Capital One Venture card. Venture lets you redeem miles on any travel purchase. Really? Yep, and you earn unlimited double miles on every purchase every single day. The Capital One Venture card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
With a true Vegas feel, the Big Blind is the premier poker room in San Antonio, featuring an upscale environment, catering to players from all abilities. From high-octane tournaments or lively cash games, the Big Blind has a game for everyone, including blackjack tournaments. From the owners of the Roo Pub and the Angry Elephant, the Big Blind is locally owned and operated, offering daily cash games to daily, weekly, and monthly tournaments. Learn more online at thebigblindsa.com. The Big Blind at 281 and Redland Road.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. a free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at foundationsupportspecialists.com.
The NFL is on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minnick. You know, the Alamo Dome is going to be a busy place. Roadrunners get going on the 31st or 30th coming up. When is that? 31st, right? Yeah, 31st.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Kennesaw State. They unveiled yesterday, UTSA did, their alternate black uniforms.
Great looking uniforms.
Those are sharp.
Yes, they are.
Those are fantastic looking. In the back of the helmet with the skyline of San Antonio, and that Roadrunner that they have on that helmet, they need to put that on shirts. Right. That's good looking stuff.
No, it is very sharp. I saw the pictures of that yesterday. It's very cool.
And you know, with the concerts they have coming up, and also, you know, we got a Final Four next year in the Alamo Dome. The San Antonio Business Journal, Scott Bailey's got an article up today and reading a press release from the Brahmas today. The San Antonio Brahmas are only going to play 4 home games this year because of scheduling conflicts with the Alamo Dome. I'm going to guess that the Final Four is a big part of that, how they couldn't find another day to have a home game. So technically, San Antonio is going to get 6 road games. Both games against St. Louis are going to be in St. Louis.
That could be a problem.
One of them is going to be a home game for San Antonio in St. Louis.
Well, isn't that kind of their adopted home anyway? They played 3 in a row there last year.
Yeah, they did. They did. The press release, UFL president and CEO Russ Brandon, variety of factors as we put together the 25 schedule from a league operational standpoint, the busy lineup at the Alamo Dome, and based on schedules of all of their venue partners across the league, best option was to play 4 games in the Alamo Dome and a 6th game in St. Louis.
Can't wait to hear how Wade feels about that.
San Antonio will play both games against the Battlehawks at the Dome of America Center in St. Louis. That kind of sucks.
It really does kind of suck.
But today your season ticket renewals began. That was part of the press release.
Well, they're going to be a little cheaper, I would assume.
Yeah, because you're only getting four home games.
They're going to fly you to St. Louis.
I doubt they're going to do that.
All right.
I mean, if you're a season ticket holder, you do get 2 extra tickets to the home opener, so you can buy it a first timer.
That's nice.
Yeah.
How about that?
You know, Brahmas do such good work, and it was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have an idea of the difficulties in putting together schedules.
Yeah.
But not to be able to find another day to have a game. And my guess is TV partners are a big part of that. You know, they could they have played a game on a Friday or a Monday, probably, but do the TV partners want that? So
yeah, but you've seen the Alamo Dome for Final Four, man. It's a big transition.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think that would be easy to go from football to that in a hurry.
No, and the Final Four will take it over for
a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I get it, but you know, what they have last year, a home game and then 3 on the road, and then they came back and had a couple.
Yeah.
It's odd to think they couldn't find another home game for San Antonio in there, but
they just played out Alamo Stadium, man.
Well, you know, they say here, the Alamo Dome is such a special place for our fans to watch a Brahmas game. We couldn't imagine calling anywhere else home in the area.
It's only one game. Alamo Stadium be perfect.
Do they sell beer?
I don't know.
So Benson Stadium, they sell beer.
Do they? Okay.
But they don't have air conditioning.
Well, neither does Alamo Stadium.
No, but they sell beer, but no AC. I don't know if they looked at alternates or what it would cost to rent out a facility one time and then trying to figure out your season tickets in one versus the other TVs. I don't know. I mean, those guys, that's their job to figure out, and they couldn't figure it out.
So they're going to St. Louis.
So they're going to St. Louis for one of those games.
That's the way they do it. That's good.
Yeah. Sure.
Jerry gave us an update on CD Lamb.
Oh, yeah?
See it right here from Nick Harris.
What do we have?
He says, we're in good shape there. We're having good talks.
Good.
That's the update from Jerry on the CD situation.
All right.
So there you go. I mean, that says it all right there, pretty much.
What'd he say?
We're in good shape there. We're having good talks. That is a quote from Mr. Jerry Jones.
From Nick Harris from DallasCowboys.com.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Yes. He spoke after practice today, Mr. Jones did.
Good talks.
Yes, good talks.
No news on a new offer?
To which RJ Ochoa responded.
Here we go.
It'd be great if it was March. I just find it comical at this point in time, honestly.
It's almost like, just let me know when it's done.
Yeah, what can you do? I mean, right? It's comical.
Better than bad talks or no talks.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay. John Machota tweets out from Mr. Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones says he needs to see more from Trey Lance, but added Lance will be on the 53-man roster.
Okay.
There you go.
They're going to keep 3 quarterbacks.
It looks that way.
It looks that way. Bye-bye, Deuce Vaughn. Let's talk about the Houston Texans coming up. Indy Kalua will join us here on the Blitz. If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. Sam has all the big name brands like North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Port Authority, to name a few. So if you need your logo on a nice golf shirt, a fishing shirt, any kind of shirt, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need T-shirts screen printed, go see Sam. Back to school time, your club, your organization needs some T-shirts made, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display right now in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands as well. Katie caps, the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Nike, Pacific, Cap America, to name a few. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Nobody has better prices. And Sammy is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too small, certainly no order too big. And all items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, next to Big Lots across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle, there's an old man standing on the mound in Houston. His name is Verlander. Does he have enough to carry him through?
And college football now just 3 days away. We'll talk about that and so much more Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. Starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Attention Roadrunner fans, get ready for an electrifying season of UTSA football. Season tickets are on sale now, starting at just $90. That's right, for only $90 you can catch all the action, all the touchdowns, and all the excitement at the Alamo Dome. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join the fun as we cheer on our UTSA Roadrunners to victory. Don't miss out on the best deal in town. Get your season tickets today and be a part of the Roadrunner family. Visit GoUTSA.com to secure your seats now. UTSA football, it's more than a game, it's an experience. Go Runners!
After a total renovation of their greens, Olympia Hills invites you to their grand relaunch event the weekend of September 13th. Olympia Hills has renovated all 18 greens to enhance your golfing experience. Come and enjoy the dramatic elevation changes and a layout that's been strategically designed for your enjoyment. Follow on social media for updates and witness the transformation of your favorite course. Discover premier golfing in Bexar County with the grand relaunch the weekend of September 13th. Book your tee time now at OlympiaHillsGolf.com.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school. With the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate. Because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
Hey, it's B-Dub, and if you ride a motorcycle, I've got a reminder for you.
Smooth rides start with smart choices. Even one drink can turn your ride into a crash waiting to happen. Alcohol affects both your reaction time and your judgment. Don't risk it. Remember, it's not just about getting a DUI. It's about protecting your life and the lives of others you care about on the road. If you've been drinking, don't roll the throttle. Ride sober or get pulled over. Let's keep the thrill of the ride alive and safe. Ride sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Testosterone plays a significant role in regulating fat metabolism and distribution in the body. It also helps to reduce serious health risks down the line. I'm Manny with Rock's Discount Vitamins, and we carry the highest quality natural testosterone boosters on the market. It immediately provides you with more energy, increased libido, increased metabolism, and improves your mood. With 11 San Antonio area locations, find us at rocksdiscountvitamins.com. That's rocksdiscountvitamins.com. We thank God and you for all the support.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
The Morning Huddle.
I was really cursing your name for most of the morning, thinking if I just hadn't done that.
Did you make out with someone at the Def Leppard show? Is that how you got strep?
It's a concert. Who knows?
Yeah, it's you just.
I mean, I got wrapped up.
Were you passing around a marijuana cigarette?
No, I was not.
And maybe someone with strep.
It could have happened.
Mm-hmm. The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is AJ Hoffman for the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Chase Simonix. Tuesdays with Indy Kalu. You got to come up with a better name for that. The San Antonio Sports Hall of Famer joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line.
What could it be? Like, I don't know. Indy Tuesdays.
I don't know. Indy, you got any thoughts on that?
You know what? Now that y'all given me free reign, give me a week and I'll come up with something real juicy. We do have to come up with something a little better.
James,
you know, the big stars don't need it. Like if y'all had Emmitt Smith, you could literally say Emmitt Smith on Tuesdays, and that. But for someone like me, we got to come up with something catchy.
Pledger has come up with Kalu's Day.
Oh wow,
I like that.
Nice.
I like that. That was fast.
Wow.
Long Stroke Tuesdays with Indy.
Wait a minute. It's a family
because
show.
We're going to be on the air for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a family show, Indy.
Well, he was talking about his golf game.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just checking.
What do y'all think? Yeah. You know, like different strokes with Arnold. But I'm taller.
Wow. All right, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure this out.
Put that Rice education.
We'll work on it.
Yeah,
we'll work on
it. We'll work on it. Indy, I got to tell you, man, watching the Texans preseason game, and you guys do a really good job on the local broadcast. C.J. Stroud early in that game had a slant pass to Diggs, and tight window, throw it right on the money. And you know, after watching Trey Lance miss on very similar type throws, you just realize just what a weapon he is. Accuracy, short passes like that, or downfield. When you're watching C.J. Stroud and when you're talking to the coaches there, what are they saying are different about his game this training camp versus last year going through it as his rookie time?
As crazy as it may sound, and first of all, Jason, good job, because I know exactly what play you're talking about. And when we were calling the game, even though it went down as like a 10, 15-yard pass, like that pass that you brought up really, really stood out to me because, like you said, he threaded the needle in between two defenders. And you talk about Trey Lance not being able to make that throw. I don't know if I would say maybe half of the NFL starting quarterbacks are comfortable making that throw. So when you talk to the coaches about the growth from C.J. Stroud from last year to this year, they're saying that he's more comfortable, which is amazing because he looked comfortable last year. And when I had a chance to talk to him before the game during the production meetings, I asked him the same question. So coming straight from the horse's mouth, he was saying that he doesn't look at his wristband as much, that, it's all becoming the language, the terminology, second nature to him. And that's scary. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and predict an Aaron Rodgers in his prime type season. But for a guy that made those same throws that you talked about last year and only had 5 interceptions, so it wasn't like he was just dinking and dunking. He was actually making throws down the field in between defenders, and he still only had 5 interceptions. For him to say, oh, yeah, this year I feel a little bit more comfortable, I mean, it's sky's the limit, and it's very encouraging for the Houston Texans fan base.
Indy, when I look at that and when I see plays like that, and I just see C.J. Stroud every time I see him, he just exudes confidence. And to me, making throws like that is just that he knows he belongs and he knows that he can. He's got the arm strength to do it, and nobody's going to stop him. And I just with that young man, all I see is just confidence. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it.
But it's not a cocky confidence.
No,
it's weird.
No.
Like, he's a weird dude. Like, when you talk to him away from the camera and the microphone, and when I say weird, I mean it in a complimentary way because he's so young, but he's so wise. Like, he drops these wise nuggets, and it's not fake. Like, there's some players you're like, okay, he's doing that for the media, or it doesn't seem genuine. But with him, I think he's 22 or 23, but if you didn't know his age, you would think he was some 40-year-old guy who's been in the league for like 17 years because he's so wise with his approach to the game, but he is confident. And not only is he confident, he understands bad things are going to happen, but he doesn't dwell on them. That's another thing that he talked about, and you could actually see it in his game. Like, he said, I know I'm going to throw an interception, but I'm not going to sit up there and think about it the next series or have it bother me or affect my entire game. And I think his confidence comes from knowing that he is going to make a mistake and he knows how to respond from bad plays. And then it also helps to have confidence when you have Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico Collins and Joe Mixon behind you and Schultz as your tight end, and Laramie Tunsil blocking for you, like the guys that I just named. Heck, I'd be confident. I would suck, but I'll be confident if I was the quarterback with those guys surrounding me.
Very true. Andy Kalu joining us here on the Blitz 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. All your time in the league on the defensive side. For those of us that say, well, they're just running things that are very vanilla on the defensive side of things. When we hear that term, you use that term in the broadcast the other night, and comparing starting quarterbacks, one that's going to get paid and one in Daniel Jones that was paid. How does Daniel Jones look that god-awful in a football game when he's been paid against a very vanilla defense?
You know why? One, because, and I know one of your thoughts, and there was multiple thoughts, Jason, but that interception that he threw that Jalen Petrie took to the house, keep in mind, Danielle Hunter, I believe, don't quote me on that, I believe it was Danielle Hunter, had him wrapped up in the end zone. And I don't know why I'm making all these excuses for Daniel Jones, but when you're coming off a season-ending injury, there's a couple of hurdles that you have to get through. The first one is just being confident that your lower extremity is healthy and up to par. So I believe going into that game, he wasn't overly concerned, and this could be subconscious way of him thinking, but he wasn't overly concerned of all the right decisions and who to throw to and timing, more so, man, am I okay? Am I truly back? And it takes a few games in the preseason to truly understand that, okay, I'm back physically, and now I have to focus and work on the mental aspect. And I will say this, as much as I want to act like I'm some expert analyst, I've only watched a few of Daniel Jones' games when he was healthy, a handful. I don't know if that's his MO, if he typically makes that mistake.
But when you were watching him play, where you look at him saying, this is a guy that got a $160 million deal. I mean, my goodness, he looked awful.
No, good God. Remind me not to try to impress you one day. But no, I was thinking this is a guy that's not comfortable being back on the field. That was my thought process. Even the plays where he wasn't making egregious mistakes, just his movement. He really looked like somebody. And I've been there. I missed the 2004 season. The best season the Eagles had happened to be when I was hurt, so maybe I was the problem. But the 2004 season when we went to the Super Bowl, I missed that with a torn ACL. Then the following year, it took me about 4 or 5 games to say, okay, I'm good. And that's just playing defensive end. So for a quarterback who has a lot of pressure on him already, I really believe that he looked like somebody who didn't quite trust his legs yet.
Indy, I'm curious, you in the locker room and teammates, just Daniel Jones' locker room. When does it start to turn, or does it? I mean, at some point in time, look, players know who can play and who can't. And I'm not saying Daniel Jones can't play, but he certainly did get paid and thus far hasn't lived up to what the Giants hoped he would be. When does it come a point that he loses the locker room?
Oh, great question. And it happens. So, if you ask one of their defensive stars, Brian Burns, they're going to say all the right things. But that's a great question because I've been a part of those drinks at the bar after a Thursday practice, and you're on a stellar defense, and you're like, God, dog, can this quarterback, can he get us to the promised land if we keep playing as well as we're playing on our side of the ball? I think that may have happened last year, before the injury, and then on top of that, it's publicized that he's making $40 million a year, whatever that number is. Other guys are looking around like, hey, y'all didn't pay Saquon Barkley, but you paid this guy, and this is how he's performing. No, you're 100% correct in the thought process with that question that guys in the locker room are talking about it, but because he's still their teammate, he's still a guy that's working his tail off, and they see that daily. Out of respect, I don't think we'll hear anything publicly unless you have, Terrell Owens in that locker room. Stephon Diggs, like you won't hear it publicly, but I guarantee those discussions are being had amongst players.
All right, so Indy Kalu taking us inside the locker room here on a Kalu's Day. When you look at what players say publicly, whether you're talking about, say, Brandon Ayuk in San Francisco, CeeDee Lamb in Dallas holding out, and every player is like, man's got to handle his own business. We don't talk about another guy's money. Privately, whether it's drinks at the bar after a practice or, when they're, in off time, not in a meeting room, what are they saying about their teammate that is holding out trying to get paid?
That one's a little different because we're talking about guys that have produced and have earned that extra contract. There's not much grumbling. If you're a Dallas Cowboy, you're not grumbling at CeeDee Lamb holding out for more money. Like I'm assuming most Cowboy players are like, oh yeah, he's going to get his, and the way he's doing it, it's just part of the business. Brandon Ayuk, the same thing. More times than not, the grumbling is after a guy received that contract and they're not living up to it. And unfortunately, and that's why they get paid the big bucks, it's usually the quarterback. But it's usually not the wide receiver who signs a big deal. It's kind of like, whatever, or the defensive end. But the quarterback who gets that huge deal and doesn't live up to it, that's when guys are going to talk. But I would be very surprised if any Dallas Cowboy players are saying anything ill towards CeeDee Lamb holding out.
All right, then, Indy, as we're sticking inside the locker room and all of that kind of good stuff, what has your experience been? And you mentioned you coming back from injury. It took you a few games, but a guy holding out, say CeeDee Lamb, we're getting close to the beginning of the regular season. If CeeDee Lamb, say, signs his contract, 3 days before that first game in Cleveland, is he ready to play that Sunday?
There are some guys, and not to ride the jock of CeeDee Lamb, but there are some guys where they don't need training camp. They're taking care of business away from the team, And when they show up and show out. I'm very impressed with CeeDee Lamb, and I just think he's that type of player, and time will tell. Maybe 1 or 2 games, Joe, where you know he has to kind of knock the rust off or kind of get in game speed. But there are some guys out there, as soon as they step on the field, they're just ballers. And he's been that. You know, he played high school ball here in the Houston area, so that's from high school to college to what he's done in the league. Once he steps on the field and the lights are on, he just shows out.
All right, for those of us that just hear terms, and you played in the league a long time, there's a difference between being in shape and then game shape, and the speed of the game. Mike McCarthy always talks about having a ramp-up period for guys coming off of an injury. Will CD need some sort of ramp-up period, or can he be in as great a shape as he's in, because he keeps posting videos, he's working out, but is that game-ready kind of shape? What's the difference?
No, there's a difference because you can run 20 hills and work out and really push yourself, harder than anybody pushes themselves. But there's something about that extra adrenaline. There's something about when you're playing in a game that you almost can't control that extra effort that you have to put out there. So, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, where he might need 1 or 2 games to kind of truly feel like his legs are under him. But that's where, when you have a smart coach, you have a smart coaching staff, you understand, okay, this guy's missed the entire preseason. And I'm just using that as an example. If he doesn't come back before the next game, he's missed the entire preseason. If he typically gets 80% of the snaps, the first couple of games, we're going to give him 60, 65. And then it's up to him after that game, not to get too specific, to say, you know what, I'm going to do some more cardio. I'm going to do a couple more things extra to kind of make sure I get into that game shape. But yeah, I do think there's something about that game speed. And, when you've missed training camp, look, if he was at training camp, he wasn't going to play many of the preseason games anyway. But there is something about training on your own versus going to training camp. Speaking of wide receivers, talking to Nico Collins, one of the things that, and for those who don't know, Nico Collins signed a $70 million deal, wide receiver for the Texans. And one of the things he's working on was making sure his routes look the same, even when he's dog tired. And I thought that was interesting because he mentioned that his routes still have to look the same when he's dog tired, and he knows the play's not going to him. Like, that's hard for CeeDee Lamb to do when he's training and busting his tail by himself, if that makes sense.
It does, and it leads back to that old argument, Indy, and I know we've talked about this before. You had Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce playing in a preseason game. You got C.J. Stroud and Stephon Diggs playing in a preseason game, where Mike McCarthy's a complete opposite. Dak Prescott's not going to even get close to the field in a preseason game. To me, it seems like, you're the expert. You played in the NFL. Does that make a difference, just that little bit of playing time in a preseason game, just one?
I never understood. So does it make a difference just playing in one? That I don't know. I don't know if playing in one preseason game truly gets you ready. It's more leading up to the preseason game. It's more just those practices. I mean, they don't do 2-a-days anymore, but they still work pretty hard. But I never understood why the majority of coaches don't do what Andy Reid does. They don't do what D'Amico Ryans is doing and letting their star players play. The best way to get ready for football is by playing football. There's drills that you should do. There's situational periods that you have at actual practice. But there isn't anything like playing actual football, and that's what you get a chance to do in the preseason. And I get it. If somebody gets hurt in preseason, then people say, why was he playing?
Yep.
I think that's one of the dumbest thoughts in the world, because when somebody gets hurt at practice, no one says anything. They say, oh, that's football. It's it's a rough sport, as it is. But then if they get hurt in the preseason game, which is glorified practice, and to me, the best way to get ready for the regular season is playing in preseason games. But then people are questioning the coach and all the decisions. And I think that's why the majority of coaches don't let their players play in the preseason. Not so much that they're afraid they're going to get hurt, because you can't control injuries, but they're afraid of the perception of how it looks. Oh, this guy got hurt in a meaningless game, but then no one questions when a guy gets hurt in a so-called meaningless practice.
Well, all practices have meaning. That's why.
Oh, is that it?
Come on. It's Indy Kalu. Texans analyst, Texans legend. And apparently you're expected to run everything on our YouTube page at San Antonio Sports Stars YouTube channel. A guy named Daniel Rodriguez wants to know what's up with the Texans preseason game day gates not opening until 90 minutes before kickoff. Apparently this is a guy that doesn't want to tailgate. He wants to get inside the AC. Can you make that happen? Can you get him in early?
Look, he's the type of fan the Texans want because the Texans are always putting it out there. Hurry up and get in your seats. Well, gosh, dog it, open the gate so my man Rodriguez, so he could get in the seats. So I didn't know that they waited that long. So yeah, we'll definitely. I'll definitely talk to the McNairs. You know, they're my play coach.
Yeah. Well, you text Cal and say,
appreciate it.
yeah,
Yes.
3 hours early. Whatever. And by the way, and Josh Jimenez says you're just a great teammate. No doubt you would ever say your quarterback sucks, ND. You thought the 96 Rice Owls were going to beat Ohio State. You were just being a good teammate.
Wow. So I don't know if that was just being a good teammate or I was just brainwashed, but I really thought going into that season we were going to beat Ohio State, and we ended up losing a close game to Ohio State. But going into it, you couldn't have told me that we weren't gonna win, but they ended up winning. It was a close game. It was like, it was 70-7.
70-7. Hey man, at least you got on the board. I mean, your defense your Indy Kalu led defense only gave up 10 touchdowns in that one. I mean, that's pretty good. Do you remember your quarterback?
Chad Nelson. He went to jail. He was one of the few Rice guys.
After that game, I guess.
A Rice guy went to jail for what kind of mail fraud was he doing?
I have no idea, but I remember asking, whatever happened to old Chad? And they're like, man, he's in jail in Louisville.
Wow. Holy cow. So will you tell us now, did he suck? And at the time you were like, yeah, my quarterback's great.
No, he was good against Tulane, but against Ohio State.
Wow.
Hell, I wasn't good against Ohio. Look, I wasn't good against Ohio State.
Yeah. But, man, you guys thought you were going to win that game.
And that's all that matters. You got to have confidence.
Yeah, got to have confidence.
Got to have it.
Is that the worst loss you ever suffered? 70-7?
Oh, absolutely. By far. Like, it was so bad. Then at halftime, we're down 35-0. True story. And our coach walked in and said, "Men, we have them right where we want them." That is a true story. And I just kind of threw my hands up. I was like, I don't understand this thing anymore.
Right where we want. Dude, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think. Did he have the first half number and he covered?
Maybe that's what it was.
Go out there and give up another 35, man. The over 73.5. Man.
Yeah, but yeah, that team was stacked.
Going down memory lane with ND Kalu. ND, have a great rest of your week, my friend. We'll talk to you next Tuesday.
I'm looking forward to it, brothers.
ND Kalu on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricade.com.
Always great talking to him. Always good talking to him.
70-7.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Rice, Ohio State. Surprised it was that close.
Exactly. They didn't put 100 on them.
They probably could have, man. Starters are in the fourth quarter on that Rice defense, and the seventh stringers for Ohio State.
Poor ND, but he did okay.
Sure.
Long career in the NFL.
Yeah, ND is just fine.
Absolutely.
ND is far better than apparently his quarterback.
Sure. Who's in jail.
Apparently, or was. I don't know. Maybe still
I didn't
is.
want to know what the hell he did. What was his name? Don Nelson?
Well, that was the coach for the Mavericks.
Oh.
But I imagine with Google, we could figure out who he was and what he did. Somebody on YouTube, will you do that for us? Because my producer is laughing too much still talking to ND Kalu. We'll figure out the answer to that coming up. Plus, we got some 311 tickets to give away. Stick around here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Great transition because, as you're a quarterback at Rice, you probably never planned on getting arrested. But as we tell you every day, it happens to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. And if you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that? Call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747. or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds, because nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7. Offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149. Call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
We all expect our home to protect everything we love. But here in Texas, we don't expect the ways water is breaking down our foundations and damaging our homes. Cracks in walls and uneven floors are just a few signs your foundation is shifting. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Foundation Support Specialists. Make sure your investment is protected. Get your free inspection at foundationsupportspecialists.com.
The biggest pro football contests in Vegas are back. Circus Survivor and Circa Million are now up to a record $16 million in guaranteed prizes. 2 ways to win and no rake. Circus Survivor contestants select one team each week with no point spread. Last the longest to win it all with $10 million guaranteed. In Circa Million, make 5 picks against the spread each week for your share of $6 million guaranteed through quarterly and full season payouts. Enter in Nevada. Play from anywhere. Visit circusports.com for details.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
At University of Maryland Global Campus, we give our students credit. Credit for deciding while stuck in traffic to get a bachelor's degree. Credit for managing 3 kids, 2 dogs, and a full-time job to pursue an MBA. Students at UMGC can use prior learning or relevant experience to earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's. And graduate students can transfer up to 12 credits toward their master's. Get your application fee waived through August 29th. Flexible online and hybrid classes start soon. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Jake from State Farm. I'm winning. I finally cleaned my house, so I'm breaking out my new tropical room spray.
Keep winning and create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. It's like your own personal paradise.
Ooh, hey, grab me a coconut water.
Bundling, just another way to save with a personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Have pain? Have chronic pain, low back pain, knee pain, neck pain, or shoulder pain? I can help. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we get to the root of your pain. We don't just give pain medications. We do the proper investigation to see what is the root cause, and it's covered by your insurance. Reduce your medication, avoid surgery, and get rid of pain for good. Call for your free evaluation. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, where we get to the root cause of your problem. 210-468-1891.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
94.1 FM. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Cowboys wide receiver Brandon Cooks has left camp out in Oxnard in what Mike McCarthy is calling a positive personal matter. He will rejoin the team when they get back to Dallas. Nose tackle Mozzie Smith back at practice today. He missed that Raiders game on Saturday because of an allergic reaction. And the Houston Texans extended safety Jimmy Ward adding a year to his contract. He's now signed through 2025.
Joe Reinagle.
For the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Glad to have you listening on 94.1 on this National Radio Day. Maybe you're listening to the radio through our YouTube channel and watching. Make sure you subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Hit that thumbs up button there, and you can also comment on YouTube.
You can, and we can see those in real time, but you can comment other ways. Twitter is a good way to comment.
At Joe Reinagle 210, at Jason Minix, the station at SA Sports Star. And make sure you're following at SA Sports Star on Instagram because tomorrow night we fly out to Las Vegas. Thursday and Friday, the Blitz live at Circa Las Vegas for the Ultimate Contest weekend. All the behind-the-scenes stuff is going to be flooding the stories at SA Sports Star on Instagram.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we will take you behind the scenes and do some goofy stuff as well. You know us.
Yeah.
We'll do goofy stuff.
Like what?
Well, I don't know yet. When we get out there, the thought just goes bam and hits you, and you go, oh, let's do that. It's goofy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like that.
Well, I'm we ask for comments, and then we read them and go, well, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Because we're getting ideas for our golf tournament, ideas that we didn't ask for. Our Fall Golf Classic is coming up September 30th, which is a Monday. We'll be at Olympia Hills. Our golf tournament will benefit San Antonio sports as they celebrate 40 years.
Nice.
Presented by the law office of Jesse Hernandez and sponsored in part by Flight by Yingling and Jim Beam. John Sobery thinks that we need to have a hump day calling contest at our golf tournament. That's on a Monday.
Uh-huh. Yes, it's hard to do on a Monday, John. Hard to do. But I like where you're going there. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hump day. You understand the hump day thing, right, John?
Apparently he doesn't.
I'm just saying because Wednesday is like the middle of the week, and it's kind of like climbing the hump. You get over it. It's hump day, and then you slide into the weekend.
Well, but if
you can't really do that on a Monday.
But if you're at a golf tournament on Monday with a shotgun start at 9 a.m., chances are you've extended your weekend. You put in for the vacation day. You've got the day off. Maybe you're a cool boss and you take some employees out to go golfing. So you're not going to have a true midweek anyway. So you might as well have a hump day session on a Monday. Why not?
Well, it would be on a Tuesday then in that case, wouldn't it? Saying.
No. I mean, there is no real middle of the week if you're only working 4 days that week. But you are coming off the end of a 3-day or creating a 3-day weekend for yourself.
Yeah. That's a dilemma. I don't know what to do there.
I don't know that we'll have a contest. However, we might load Joe up with some sort of prizes. And if you're wearing a white belt and yell hump day at Joe, he might, I don't know, give you a prize.
Like right in the middle of your buddy's backswing.
Yeah.
A good hump day.
Oh.
That'd be great. Surprise the hell out of him. Get it on video. It'd be great.
Yeah, it's got to be on video.
Yes.
I think that's the only way. So it would be an unofficial thing.
Sure. But we'll have prizes.
We will have prizes.
Obviously, there's going to be a lot of Flight by Yingling out there and a lot of Jim Beam.
Yes.
So that could be your prize.
Yeah. See, Matt says, love the golf tournaments. Get signed up, sasportstar.com. I think Matt works for that auto repair shop that Pledge should have taken his car to last couple of weeks. They're
all
always
right.
out there in those bright green shirts.
Oh, nice.
And no white belts.
Well, they should have white belts.
They're not going to have white belts.
Why not? Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
Said no one ever. That's why not.
Matt, white belts
Mm-hmm.
would go great with that green shirt.
I mean,
they would.
They should.
Now, they might get a little greasy, though, if you're working on a car. They might not stay white for long.
I'm guessing the guys that are at our golf tournament aren't the ones working on the cars.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. But they need to have white belts.
They don't need to have white belts.
Of course they do.
No.
Still want Chip to let us know where that store was.
Why? You want to go buy them all?
I want to compliment them for finally catching up to the fashion world of golf.
Clearly. Yeah.
See that? Matt says we got you. They're going to have white belts on.
Well, sure.
There you go.
Because they're going to dress up and look ridiculous on a golf course. I mean, it's like Bobby over there at Tri-County Meat Market. I mean, that guy wears the loudest John Daly looking clothes because if he gets lost, he wants to be able to be found.
I think Bobby looks great.
You wouldn't even wear some of the stuff that Bobby wears out there to the golf tournament.
You're right. I wouldn't.
Most people wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
And I'm surprised that they make those
But
clothes.
it looks good on Bobby.
It really doesn't.
It does.
No, it really doesn't. I mean, you say it looks good on him. It really doesn't.
Well, it looks good on him because I'm not wearing it.
Well, and you never would wear that, even if you lost a bet.
Well, I might.
If you lost a bet.
I think the Tri-County team should have white belts. Joe, if you're listening.
Dude, they're wearing fishing shirts.
And white belts?
Well, if you're wearing a fishing shirt, you're not tucked in. Nobody's going to see the white belt, so it doesn't matter.
But you can flash people. Just flash them a little white belt.
Nobody wants to see your little white belt getting flashed.
Sure they do.
No.
Woo, look over here. Hey.
If you're going to make movements like that, adjust your camera so the YouTube people don't get confused by what you were just doing on camera. Yeah. Oh, now you're going two hands.
Yeah.
Good
Lord.
Lord.
I have to.
Please.
With me, it's necessary.
Yeah, really?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's going to be fun. It's like the golf tournament's always a great time.
It's a great time.
Always is.
Get signed up. sasportstar.com. September 30th. It's right around the corner.
I would. Golf Club of Texas have their white belt display yet?
No.
Why not?
Well, because that's a professional golf course.
Yes.
A high. I mean, very nice. Everything in there is very nice. They got all the name brand stuff that you want for golf apparel. And what they put out there, they plan to sell.
Well,
and white belts don't sell at the Golf Club of Texas.
Bo he's a businessman.
Yes, which is why he doesn't have white belts out there.
Yeah, I mean, is there some scientific experiment that he did that people don't buy white belts?
Yeah, at one point he said they had some and they never sold, so they never ordered any more.
See, well,
put them on sale just to get rid of them.
They're coming up again. I mean, we just saw a video of every mannequin in the store had a white belt on.
There were 3 mannequins.
That's the only pictures that he got. Could have been all over the place.
All right, so you go over where you think that's the PGA store over on Blanco?
That's what I'm thinking. It kind of looks like that.
All right.
Yeah.
And as many times as you go in there, because you like using their fancy simulator thing,
I do.
You've never noticed the white belts on the mannequin?
Yeah, I haven't really looked.
Dude,
to be honest
they
with you.
stand out, and you notice little stuff like that because you always want to be validated that you are right. So I would know if you walked in there and saw those. That's why I think Chip did that, just to create a photo. To mess with you.
I don't think so.
It's exactly what he did.
I like Chip, but is he that creative?
Yes. Yes, he is.
I'll ask Chip.
Well,
over a couple of cocktails.
He'll lie to you.
Yeah.
Might be a discussion in Las Vegas.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
See Joshua Jimenez on YouTube. Tell him, Bo, give the fans what they want. White belts.
If you go to the Golf Club of Texas and ask for a white belt,
they're going to say, unfortunately, sir, we don't have any.
They're going to laugh at you.
They're not going to laugh
They're going to laugh.
Why would they laugh at me?
Because they will. Well, Chip's now at Costco, apparently. He must be doing all the shopping today.
Is
we
that
talked
Costco?
about that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, that's the Costco there at 1604 and 281.
Is it really?
They've got a huge alien in there. And if you zoom in on that picture, it's got a name tag that says Wemby.
Well, and he says he's going to buy one for the Roo Pub. He should. That'd look great in there.
It would. Why not? Home of the Wemby
Put
burger.
one of those nice Angry Elephant T-shirts on it.
At the Roo Pub.
Yes.
Yes. 2 + 2, man.
Well, I'm just saying.
You think he'd put the Wemby Roo Pub alien shirt
I don't know.
on that?
I prefer the Angry Elephant T-shirts.
Chip should buy 2 and put one at the Angry Elephant.
That's a good idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep spending Chip's money.
Yes.
How expensive are those big ass aliens?
I know it looks like they only have one.
Well, the other ones are probably in a box. They can't put everything on display all done. You realize when you go shopping, like you see a grill and there's one on display, and then the rest of them are behind it in a box.
Well, and I'd prefer the one on display because you don't have to put it together.
Can I have the floor model, please?
Yes. I don't want to put this thing together.
Fred Villarreal says you need a reversible belt with white on one side so you're ready for any situation.
I have multiple belts.
Are they reversible?
No, but I've got a white belt. I've got 2 white belts. I've got a black one. I've got a blue one.
Do they make a reversible belt with white and black?
I have no clue.
Because I've got a reversible belt that's black or brown.
Well, where'd you get it at Target?
Yes, $19.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. We'll go over there and find out.
Well, they didn't have any at Target. Target, sir.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I don't know what to say. It's stylish. Pledge's got a white belt.
You've seen Pledge's style.
I'm just saying, he's a golfer. Any golfer worth their salt has a white belt.
Yeah, last time we golfed with Pledge, he was wearing shorts, maybe had on a white belt, and he was wearing a sleeveless hoodie, which is one of the stupidest things I think is ever invented. A hoodie with no sleeves. Now, it's one thing to wear a hoodie in August, like he was wearing a hoodie yesterday. Today, he's got on, a Mr. Rogers sweater. It's 100 and something degrees outside. Oh, it's cold in the studio. I get that. But
I'm surprised Bo let him on the golf course with that thing.
Well, we snuck him through the back. He didn't go through the clubhouse.
Yeah.
But a sleeveless hoodie, what is the point?
There is no point.
And then he wears it with the hood up.
Yeah, there is no point to that. None.
I don't understand the sleeveless hoodie.
These kids today, man.
He's 43 years old.
Well, he's a kid to me.
Most people are. Talk about sounding old. Sark talking about his young quarterback. And then Tom Brady talking about quarterbacks today. A very get off my lawn Joe Reinagle type segment coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We're a couple of weeks away. In fact, college football starts this weekend. The NFL, 19, 20 days away from the season starting. It is the best time of the year. Now is the time, if you haven't done so yet, to get signed up at Underdog Fantasy and start playing the Pick'em game. Over 1 million fans got in the game last year by making picks on Underdog. Join in and you too could win up to 325 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player stats. I know I played about every game last year, won a lot of money on Underdog Fantasy. You can as well. And making picks on Underdog is simple, and it's even easier to get started. Download the Underdog Fantasy app or go to the website, underdogfantasy.com. Sign up with my promo code STAR, and Underdog will give you a highly discounted pick to use on your first Pick'em entry and a deposit offer. Must be over 18 and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. Again, promo code STAR to claim your new customer offer and a gimme first pick on and your deposit offer when you get signed up at underdogfantasy.com.
San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up! and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of consumer cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Lowe's knows our great paint savings mean you can get the colors you want at prices you'll love. Right now, get 20% off 1-gallon cans and 5-gallon pails of Valspar Defense paint or Cabot Stain. Shop now because it's the perfect time to maintain your deck and paint your outdoor spaces. Visit us in-store or online today because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 8/21. Selection varies by location. See store at Lowe's.com for details.
The Morning Huddle.
She was furious with me.
Well, because you were wasted?
She was mad at me.
I mean,
to the point, like,
it's probably because you made out with that chick in the cut off Def Leppard shirt.
Well, who didn't?
Exactly.
I remember her from 1983.
Exactly.
I hadn't seen her since the last show.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is The Blitz. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnick. Glad to have you along on 94.1. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. Subscribe to the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube channel. Thursday, we're going to be in Las Vegas at Circa Las Vegas. We're still going to judge meat. So if you've done grilling over the last couple of days, make sure you upload those photos to the Grilling with the Blitz page at sasportstar.com.
We're actually going to be in Las Vegas tomorrow night.
We are, but we will be there Thursday too.
For the show.
Yes.
And then Friday as well.
Yeah, and Saturday and Sunday.
And we're staying for the weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying, as soon as the show's over tomorrow, we're like, gone. Headed to the airport.
Yeah. Scheduled Ubers already.
Looking forward to it.
I got to admit, I thought we were leaving today.
You did? You're excited, huh?
Oh, well, I mean, I know it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And one thing that I don't want to say I hate. That's too strong.
That's a strong word, yeah.
But I really hate when my wife talks to me as she's getting ready for work and I'm asleep and she's going out the door because I'm not paying attention. I don't know that so it's like, well, we talked about this morning. When? Well, when I was leaving for work, I was asleep. I don't remember.
When does she leave for work? Like 7 o'clock?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, 7:30. I have no idea. I'm asleep. So, but this morning I kind of remember she's got to go to the bank to get cash after work today. And so as I get up today, because I know like tomorrow I leave the house, come to work, and we're going straight to the airport.
That's it.
So, I got to pack before then.
Yeah.
So this morning after I shower and I'm getting ready and I'm getting dressed, I just got the suitcase down and I started packing it, thinking we're leaving today.
Wow. I wish we were.
I kind of wish we were too.
Yeah.
But I've never packed this far in advance.
No, I haven't packed. I'll probably do that a little bit tonight.
Yeah.
Got everything washed and ready to roll.
Yeah, everything's
good.
I mean, it's easy. It's like, all right, because I was ready. So the suitcase is out. My stuff is in there. And she could get home from work and do that. We'll go to the airport. I'm ready to go.
Got to pack the Speedo and the white belt.
Well, I mean, just the Speedo for me. I'm not doing a white belt. And you certainly don't wear a Speedo and a white belt at the same time. That seems like a fashion faux pas.
Huh. Is the Speedo white?
No.
It's a different color?
Yes.
It's a big Texas flag.
It'd be a little Texas flag.
It'd be waving.
You see that Oscar De La Hoya video?
Yes. Dude, he's getting a little too old for that, isn't he?
Well, God bless him.
Yeah.
But yes.
Have you seen those swimsuits, though, that are, I swear, the first time I saw it, I laughed my head off.
What?
It's a swimsuit, regular swimsuit, with a male chicken that's sometimes called something else.
Yes, we understand.
Right? And it says, "Stop looking at my..."
Yes.
Dude, I want one.
Well, why don't you have one?
I don't know.
I mean, you have a Snuggie. Why don't you have one of those?
I should have one of those.
You should.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't.
I am too. I'm going to have to get, I can't get one now.
Sure you can.
Well, it won't be here in time.
You don't know that. Is it on Amazon?
I don't know. But I like that. And it's just funny because it's a...
Would you have the balls to wear that to a public pool?
It's a fighter. Yes.
Would you?
Of course.
I mean, I'm not talking about your pool in your backyard or
I'm talking about
a friend's house.
In Vegas.
You would wear that in Vegas.
Somebody knows me in Vegas.
We're going with a whole bunch of San Antonio sports star listeners.
You know who would appreciate that is Lisa.
I'm surprised she hasn't bought you one yet.
I'm surprised too.
Lisa, you're on a mission.
Those are funny as hell.
Well, they are.
They really are.
Have you seen the other ones?
No.
Oh, they have they have an elephant one.
Oh, I like that.
There was I'm trying to think, because I think there's actually a store in Vegas that sells them.
Oh yeah.
But there's a variety.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I just thought that was funny. So
I'm glad you thought that was funny.
Well, just thinking about a Texas flag waving, and I'm thinking, well, that male chicken.
That Oscar De La Hoya video did something to you. Just don't. I mean, if you and Maggie make a video like that in your room in Circa overlooking the pool, that's fine. Just don't post it on Instagram.
Well, if you blur it out, might be all right. Isn't that what Oscar did?
I think that's what TMZ did. And then Instagram took down their video according to them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sure.
It got reported.
I'm sure it did. Yeah. Well, you're Oscar De La Hoya. Who gives a damn?
Well, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
But I mean, you think about that video and then that promo that we run from the Morning Huddle when Rob Thompson talking about helicoptering out of the shower, and then I see that from an Oscar De La Hoya video.
Well, I have a feeling Rob's not helicoptering anymore. It's more like a beanie.
Wow.
I'm just saying. That'd be my guess. I think the helicopter's long gone. It's more of a little rubber band
Stop.
airplane. Just saying.
Why would you say that?
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, Rob is younger than you.
Well, yeah.
So if you think you can still helicopter, why wouldn't you think Rob can?
Well, I'm not sure that I can. That's what I'm saying. I'm not bragging here.
When was the last time you tried?
In front of Maggie?
I would hope.
Been a while,
maybe
yeah.
in front of the mirror. I don't know.
Well, I would probably practice in front of the mirror first. Probably. I'm just saying, that's my guess. Now, Rob may impress me. He's a big python down there or something. I don't know, but I'm just saying a helicopter is
he's not a pole vaulter, is what you're saying.
No, he's not. None of us are. Just for the record. I'm just thinking the helicopter's a little over the top. You remember those airplanes? You have the little
the propellers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little one. You just go bzzz. Yeah. I'm thinking that's more Rob than a helicopter.
You've given this way too much thought.
I'm just saying.
You have given this way too much thought.
Yeah, well. Somebody had to.
What?
Somebody, yeah.
What?
Well, somebody had to think about it. Uh-oh. You getting a text?
I am.
Yeah.
It's a text from Chip over at the Root Pub. He was in the senior 65 and over section where they had the mannequins and the white belt.
Yeah,
baby.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
And how many did he buy?
Well, I mean, it's old man fashion.
Yeah. How many did he buy? I guarantee you Chip owns a white belt.
Oh, I'm sure he does. I mean, costumes. Halloween. He does that up big, and that's where you pull out the
the white belt.
The white belt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of cocktails. See, that's
no. What do you mean? A couple of cocktails and you pull out your white belt?
No, I got to know, honestly, last time we went to Vegas, loved Chip, but I never really knew Chip.
Yeah.
So we sat at the bar for a long time.
Yeah, it's good people.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I mean, some of the times when he invites you over to something, you should actually show up.
The more drinks that, we had, the
funnier you are.
Well, that too. But the truth comes out. And so that's, I'll wait. A couple of cocktails down Chip. And I say, how many white belts do you own, Chip? And he'll tell me.
I don't think that's something you have to get liquored up to ask. I mean, that's just a
Well, if
thing.
I want the truth is all I'm saying. Because, Chip he might not admit it otherwise.
Chip doesn't give a damn.
Well, that's
one of the great
that's
things
what
about
I like
Chip.
about him.
Yes,
exactly.
He'll tell you if he's got 7.
And that's kind of me. It's like, I don't give a damn what anybody else has. I got a couple of white belts and I wear them proudly.
But why do you need more than one white belt?
Well, because they're different styles.
Good Lord, you're going to the golf course.
Yes.
For a guy that doesn't give a damn, you sound like you give a damn.
Yeah, but I like to be fashionable.
We've seen you.
Yeah, I'm fashionable. Schwanky.
Schwanky.
Now I got my Australian hat to boot, and it's perfect.
Uh-huh. You fancy yourself a schwanky.
Schwanky. I'm a schwanky golfer.
Your fashion is kind of like mine. A golf
shirt. No, dude, whoa. Don't even go there.
A golf shirt in a variety shade of blue and shorts, and I'm good to go. And
Actually,
when it's cold
tuck my
outside,
shirt in.
Jeans.
Yeah.
Only at the golf course to show off your white belt.
Yeah, have to do it.
That doesn't make you schwanky or fashionable.
Dude, you and I dress nothing alike.
Okay.
No, not even close.
What are you wearing right now? Golf
shirt and shorts.
What am I wearing right now?
Well,
a golf shirt,
a
and
UTSA
shorts.
shirt.
All right, but again, it's a golf shirt.
I just look better.
Well, I mean, 25 years in TV. I mean,
is that what it is?
Well, I mean, again, you can reach. I mean, yeah, you've been but as far as fashion goes.
You blame it on TV. Huh?
Well, no, I'm just saying as far as fashion goes, our shirt selections are very similar.
They are.
Yeah. It's not like you walk in with press shirts and looking all fancy and
I could though.
Well, no, you couldn't. You got rid of all your damn suits.
I could. Yeah. I did.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. And now you got nothing but golf shirts.
I think I've worn a tie once since I left TV.
Because you had to.
I did.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what it was for.
I mean, you just don't show up for work dressed in a suit because you wanted to be fashionable. Even when you go out, you don't want to be fashionable.
Depends on where I'm going.
I'm like this weekend, we're in Vegas. I've already packed. I've got shirts with logos, and if we do something nice, it's the same blue shirt without a logo, but it's still a blue golf shirt. I'm dressed up.
Did you bring pants?
I did throw in one pair of jeans just in case.
Pair of jeans.
Yeah.
All right.
Just in case.
Uh-huh.
And one blue button-down shirt just in case I might need that.
Is it really not necessary?
It's not necessary, but I'm checking a bag, so it's an extra shirt. I don't worry about the space.
Might as well.
I probably won't wear it, but I have it there just in case.
I got you. Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
I'm rubbing off on you, aren't I? I want to bring your Target suit just in case.
No.
No?
No.
We go somewhere swanky.
Mm-hmm. Although my buddy Anthony just texted me. Anthony's more over at Kia Boss. Are you going to go see the Killers while you're in Vegas? I thought they were only there last week. Are they there this week?
Dude, I don't know. I know I'm not going to go see the Killers while I'm there.
Oh, come on.
No.
Why wouldn't you?
Why would I?
Mr. Brightside. I mean, of course you want to go see the Killers.
Why would I want to go see the Killers?
Why not?
Why?
It'd be a hell of a show.
I'm in Vegas.
Yes. So
no.
are they.
Well, if they're in Austin or San Antonio, maybe. Vegas, no.
Dude, I've seen you gamble. You probably could use a 3-hour break.
Probably could, but I don't usually take them.
I'll have to check the schedule. Anthony, I didn't know they were going to be there.
Yeah, you get out there. The Killers.
It'd be a good show.
I'm sure it's fantastic.
It'd be a good show.
Most shows are in Vegas.
They are.
Yeah.
311 is going to be in Austin. We've got tickets to give away. If you want to go.
What do they sing?
Be caller number 11 right now. I don't know. 210-656-ESPN. I can't. 656-3776. It's the Unity Tour with AWOL Nation and Neon Trees happening, well, hell, tomorrow night at the Moody Amphitheater.
We can't go.
No, I'll be on a plane.
Yeah.
So you can go if you're caller number 11. 210-656-ESPN. 656-3776. I promise the Longhorn Rhino Get Off My Lawn segment coming up next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Speaking of schwanky, you want to go to a swanky place tonight? You can get out to the Big Blind. They got something new that they're rolling out tonight. It's called their Texas Free Roll. It's a 3K tournament. It starts at 7 o'clock. It's every Tuesday, in fact. $25 entry, $20 rebuys up to 3 times, and $20 add-ons. All right? It's Texas Tuesdays at the Big Blind, and you don't want to miss out on the action. Look, the Big Blind does something each and every day. There's always something special going on out at the Big Blind. It is a great place, the premier poker room in San Antonio, and it's not even close. It's from the owners of the Root Pub and the Angry Elephant, so you know it is fantastic. Locally owned and operated. That's important. They've got food and beverage served directly to your table. They got a full bar, which is really a great bar. And, of course, there's TVs all over the place. You won't miss any of the action, no matter when you go in there. It is a great place, and tonight's a good time to go in and try it out. And, look, you don't have to be an expert poker player to go into the Big Blind. In fact, they've got tables for all abilities, and that's what makes it great. So no reason to be intimidated. Hey, and Wednesday through Sunday, they've got blackjack out there. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. Love to play blackjack out at the Big Blind. Tonight, though, it's the Texas Tuesday Free Roll. Get on out there. Starts at 7 o'clock. It's at the Big Blind. You know exactly where it is. Right down from the Root Pub and the Angry Elephant. They're at 281 and Redland Road.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. There's an old man standing on the mound in Houston. His name is Verlander. Does he have enough to carry him through?
And college football now just 3 days away. We'll talk about that and so much more. Wednesday on the Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
This is an announcement to all United States vehicle owners who own a 2003 or newer vehicle with a manufacturer's warranty about to expire or no warranty coverage at all. With a struggling economy and the cost of living on the rise, Endurance is now offering an affordable, low-cost vehicle coverage plan to the general public. As of today, you could be one of millions of drivers that now may qualify to have your vehicle protected under this coverage and have all future covered auto repairs paid directly to the repair shop for you. You pick your plan. You pick your deductible. You even pick the repair shop. Roadside service, towing, and rental coverage is included. Get your vehicle protected now and save your wallet from costly vehicle repairs. A toll-free number has been established for you to call for your free 5-minute quote and to see if you qualify. The number to call is 800-298-9383. 800-298-9383. Again, that's 800-298-9383. Coverage, deductibles, and claims may vary. For details, go to endurancewarranty.com.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks, the unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Hey you, I knew I'd find you back in the same aisle. What are you looking for today? More fiber, more laxatives, more of the same ways to manage your constipation? Look, if your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back, you may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Ask your doctor how Linzess can help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LANZESS.
We're here with Jose Rios, attorney at the Gomez Law Firm. If you are injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, Jose, what's the first thing our listeners should do?
The first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google joegomezlaw.com.
Gomez Law has been protecting the people of our community for almost 50 years. They're the leader in personal injury law.
We do ride-sharing cases. We do carbon monoxide cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries.
But that's not all your firm does, Jose. Tell us a little more about other cases Gomez Law takes on and wins here in Texas.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Howdy, San Antonio. This is Andrew Monaco, and you're locked on the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Appreciate it, Andrew. Home of the Aggies, home of the Cowboys. Cowboys, Chargers, Saturday afternoon. Brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. Final preseason game.
Looking forward to watching that. I mean, it's going to be a big day for a lot of those guys because a lot of them won't make the 53.
No, it's interesting. And, you know, you think about the quarterback development and the debate, like, look at last year's top two quarterbacks. One just sucked. The other one was incredible. But for the most part, young quarterbacks struggle.
Yep.
Do you play them early? Do you let them learn? Well, if you're trying to win while they're on a rookie contract, play them as soon as possible, because if they're like Jordan Love, you get 1 year on that deal and then you have to pay them.
Yes.
I don't know what the best philosophy is, but listening to Sark talk about Arch Manning and his willingness to wait, it really feels like it really is the family decision because there's no rush. Now, at the same time, he's a Manning. It's not like this kid is broke. And when you already have a lot of money and you got that Manning kind of money behind you, that does allow you to have a different perspective on playing sooner rather than later.
The one thing with Arch that has been, and I think I really credit his family, his mom and his dad, you know, his grandpa, obviously his uncles. You know, I think they understand the process. And so many times, you know, we're in this world now of instant gratification, right? Whether it's social media or the 5-star recruit comes in and starts right away. But if you really look back at the history of Eli and Peyton, they didn't start their freshman year. You know, it took time as they developed, because I think the one thing that the Mannings understand is when it's your time to play, that they want to play really well. Right. They don't want to be learning on the job. And so we've got a pretty good history and tradition of developing quarterbacks over the last 20 or so years, going all the way back to Carson Palmer and all the guys that we've coached. And I think we've seen an immense amount of development in Arch. We feel very comfortable if and or when he gets in the game, he's going to play good football for us. But I also think they understand the process of developing himself to be a championship caliber quarterback in the SEC and on the national stage, but also preparing and putting himself in the best position to for the National Football League.
Yeah, and look, he's fortunate. Texas is fortunate that Arch Manning is willing to do that. And I'm not even sure it's Arch Manning. It's his family.
Yes. Well, and again, though, the way Arch is just flat out going through the process to get to the NFL and be successful in the NFL. You look at top of the market quarterback money right now, and could you imagine what Peyton would have gotten? What Eli would have gotten, 2 Super Bowls in New York, what hell Archie would have gotten, you know, back in the day, and just everything else that they have done. You know, Sark on the Dan Patrick show talking about it, and it's understanding the process, because there is a process. Old man Tom Brady was doing a deal at the Fanatics thing. And I don't know if this is Tom Brady get off my lawn or Tom Brady out of touch with what's going on today, because he is very much back in my day kind of commentary mode.
We had through, and not only through pro level, but also in college sports, because whatever gets adopted at the pro level ultimately gets adopted at the college level. And from the college level, it gets adopted to the high school level. And now I look at what could be a little bit dangerous is now there are players transferring from schools when they're not playing, and they're going to different programs, and they're going to different techniques they're learning. They're never advancing in an own individual system. There used to be college programs. Now there are college teams. You're no longer learning a program, you're learning a playbook. Mm-hmm. And the program is ultimately, like at Michigan, for me, that was a pro-style program. 5 years, I got to learn how to drop back pass, to read defenses, to read coverages, to be coached, to deal with winning games, to deal playing in Columbus, Ohio, in front of 110,000 people. Right. I had to learn from being 7th quarterback on the depth chart to moving up to 3rd to ultimately being a starter. I had to learn all those things in college. That was development. Then I went to New England, and I was developed by Coach Belichick and the offensive staff there. I didn't start my first year. I think it's just a tragedy that we're forcing these rookies to play early, But the reality is the only reason why they are is because we dumbed the game down, which has allowed them to play. It used to be thought of at a higher level. We used to spend hours and hours in the offseason and training camp trying to be a little bit better than next year. But I think what happens is discourages the coaches from going to deep levels because they realize the players don't have the opportunity to go to a deep level, so they're just going to teach them where they're at.
Look, yeah, you say all you want, but he's absolutely right.
He is.
He's absolutely correct because that is the way that it used to be. And that's why I go back to Arch Manning. Steve Sarkisian's the most fortunate head coach on the planet because if Arch Manning wasn't Arch Manning, he'd have transferred 3 times by now. And he wouldn't be at Texas. He would be somewhere else playing right now.
And you listen to Tom Brady. A tragedy.
It is.
That rookies are playing. He was a 7th-string quarterback. And I don't disagree with what he's saying. But you can't. That's a back in my day, get off my lawn soundbite. Because if Tom Brady was the 7th-string quarterback his first year at Michigan, he would have transferred.
Well, he might have.
He might have. When he's the 3rd string, he would have transferred. I mean, hell, we all celebrated, dude. Malik Murphy, I can't believe you stuck around. And now, he finally did transfer. But for a while he stuck around, and it was a surprise. Tragedy to play these guys early. Well, if the goal is to try to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback on the rookie contract, don't they have to do what Caleb Williams is going to do in Chicago or Jayden Daniels? Not everybody has the luxury, say Atlanta. We got Kirk Cousins this year, so we can develop. But that is the chicken or egg scenario. You're not developing these guys like they used to get developed, but if you don't play right away in college, you're transferring, and in the NFL, you're done.
Well, that's the college game right now. It's got to be fixed. I mean, it continues to get out of control. That's a conversation for another day. But look, just go down the list of 1st-round draft pick quarterbacks that are out of the league now.
It's
a
long
list. Forced to play right away, and it's just such a different game. You don't have your C.J. Strouds. C.J. Stroud's an anomaly. Look, I mean, Bryce Young was the guy. Yeah. Everybody wanted Bryce Young. He comes in and has a horrible thing. Nobody knew C.J. Stroud was going to be C.J. Stroud. Caleb Williams looks great right now. But we don't know if Caleb Williams is going to be the next great quarterback. We can assume that he is. We don't know that any of those quarterbacks that are coming in, the kid from Washington, Daniels, any of them. And so you don't know. And it would be nice to have that 2-year period of time where you can allow a quarterback to develop in a pro system to be Tom. It's kind of hard to argue with Tom Brady's logic. He's Tom Brady.
Well, no, and like I said, I don't disagree with anything that he said, except for that's not realistic for most in 2024.
Right.
It's not. I mean, yeah, you're right. The current system isn't as good as the old system. Very few teams will do what Green Bay did and have a Jordan Love sit.
Well, they had an Aaron Rodgers sit.
But they got 1 year out of Jordan Love on his rookie deal, and then they had to pay him. So the idea of trying to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback on a rookie deal, most teams aren't patient because, as Sark said, it's all about the instant gratification. Y'all want to win now.
It is.
So Washington announces yesterday Jayden Daniels was going to be their opening day starter. We all kind of knew that on draft night. Caleb Williams, did they really have to announce that he had won the starting job? We kind of knew that on draft night. But that's the way it is now.
Unfortunately.
Is it better for a quarterback to sit? I mean, you look at Dak Prescott as a 4th-round quarterback. There was no intention when the Cowboys drafted him for him to be the opening day starter his rookie year. Hell, he was probably drafted and said, well, he'll be a good guy on the practice squad because we've got Tony Romo, we've got Kellen Moore. And then when Kellen Moore got hurt after Romo got hurt, there was debate. We were all in Oxnard when it happened.
Going to be Jamil Showers.
Jamil Showers is quarterback. And was it Nick Foles that was available?
I think Foles was, at the time.
And they were like, this Dak guy's pretty good. And none of us could believe it.
Well,
he's an exception to the rule, if you will.
Well, so is a Brock Purdy is an exception to the rule.
Absolutely.
But you look at Trey Lance. Trey Lance is a perfect example of a kid with all the tools. Everybody's in love with this guy at North Dakota State, for goodness sake, first and foremost. And the fact that he played 17 games and then you throw him into the San Francisco 49ers and expect him to be a big star. It's unfortunate for that young man that he's in the situation that he's in now, because he should have either played more college football, but how do you not if you're going to come out and you're going to get drafted 3rd overall, or had the opportunity to sit behind a veteran in San Francisco before it was time for him to play.
Whether it's fair or not, life isn't fair, but there's expectations, fair or not, put on a first-round draft pick. There's expectations when a guy signs a contract for $55-60 million.
Sure.
We look at the value of players and set expectations based on where they are drafted and what they are getting paid.
Absolutely. But you would think, and this I think is a knock on some of the scouts in the NFL. I think they overvalue some of these quarterbacks.
Well, sure.
Because they are forced to, because they're under pressure to find the guy.
You're trying to always hit, and you're looking at measurables. I mean, it's easy to look at Trey Lance on what little film there is and say, look at his size, look at his athletic ability. We can develop him. We can work with this. I mean, he's got everything. All we have to do is teach him.
And that's the trap that Jerry and Stephen Jones are in now, thinking that they are the ones that are going to do that, when the folks in San Francisco said, no, we just don't think we can. And we've got an opportunity to get rid of him and move on. And they were fortunate because they had a Brock Purdy show up out of nowhere.
See, and that's it. That allowed them the freedom to say, all right, well, we can cut our losses with Trey Lance because they had Brock Purdy.
And it worked out pretty well for them, getting a 4th-round draft pick.
Yeah. Jerry.
So, again, if you weren't with us earlier, Jerry, according to the reporters in Dallas, said that Trey Lance will be on the 53-man roster.
Yeah, let's talk about what all Jerry had to say. Coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. I love our friendly community there on YouTube. The guy that won the tickets can't go. He didn't pay attention. He just heard call now and started calling, and tripped in to be caller number 11. And now he's offering to transfer him to one of the other people.
How about that?
In the YouTube.
That's very kind.
That is so
That's
sweet.
awesome.
Yeah. Although he's trying to win some tickets to go see Future. He won't be eligible because he already won the other ones.
Well, you can't scratch him off the thing, and
doesn't work that way.
Doesn't work that way.
He can transfer him and be a nice guy, but he still can't win for a while because those are our rules.
Well,
but we do have more 311 tickets to give away before 6 o'clock.
We do.
We do.
So before you
a big old note right there on the screen that Pledge just added.
Right
I'm
there.
glad you pay attention. Yeah. So, before 6, we've got more 311 tickets to give away.
So before you transfer those tickets, maybe you want to wait and see if the person that he was going to give them to might win in the 5 o'clock hour.
We'll see if I'm the person that was going to get them. You just take the transfer so she could still win other things. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she may want another pair.
You think she's greedy?
Well, she might want to take 4 people instead of just 2.
Well, it's a pair, so
that's what I'm
he's
saying.
taking one person or 3 others because she wants to go.
2 people and add 2 is 4.
But you can't take 4.
Oh, well, if she wins again at the 5 o'clock hour, there's nothing to stop her from doing that.
Well,
right?
She only has 4 tickets. If she goes, she can only take 3 others.
3 people.
Yes.
A total of 4.
Yes.
That was the point.
Was that the point?
That's the point.
That's not what you said.
Well,
but it's the point.
Everybody except you knew what I was talking about.
I and she says she's not greedy. So how about that?
And I believe her.
Why would you believe her?
Why not?
No reason not to.
No reason. Exactly. Even though she was very mean to me earlier, but that's okay. I'm over it.
She was mean to you?
She was.
And
yes.
You're still holding a grudge?
No, I'm just stating a fact.
I didn't find her mean.
I know you didn't.
She was very accurate.
Yes.
Cowboys talk coming up. Jerry did talk today Whole lot of nothing, but we'll go through it coming up here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. If you're having any issues at your house with your plumbing or your AC, you know there is one company to call, and that is Quartermoon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899. At Quartermoon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission sales reps. They'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quartermoon, they are green certified. Air conditioner, plumbing, one company. Quartermoon, 210-651-5899, 651-5899, or online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
In life, they come in twos. 2 scoops of ice cream, 2 tacos. And now for a limited time, get our best deal of the year. Buy any phone when you switch to Consumer Cellular and get 2 months of service free. That's right, the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage as Big Wireless, now with 2 months free. Proof the best things in life really do come in twos. Visit consumercellular.com or call 1-888-FREEDOM. Second and third month of monthly base service fee waived for new customers with the purchase of a phone and activation by September 2nd, 2024. Taxes, fees, and third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
If you're a man and you live in or around the San Antonio area, you need to listen to this message. Do you find yourself stressing about or even avoiding intimate moments? Do you find yourself thinking, is it going to work? Does your partner look at you and ask, is it me? Did I do something wrong? Do you get frustrated when things don't live up to their expectations? Men, you're not alone, and we have a solution. For over a decade, Mojo has delivered 100% guaranteed male performance results. Mojo truly works every single time. Guys, Mojo works when all other things fail, and its proprietary formula has helped thousands of men live their best lives again. Yeah! Mojo is 100% natural, blood pressure safe, diabetic friendly, and fast acting. And Mojo is now available in both spray and capsule formulas, exclusively at Pure Line Nutrition. Call Pure Line Nutrition in San Antonio today at 210-494-2210. That's Pure Line Nutrition, 210-494-2210.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends,
I can tell you drove high.
parents,
I can tell when you drive high.
relatives. I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you? So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
This year, Dell Technologies' Back to School event is delivering impressive tech with an inspiring purpose. Learn how Dell is helping Computer Aid, whose work is helping solar community hubs with tech and AI literacy skills to empower remote, displaced, or disconnected communities around the world. Help Dell make a difference and shop AI-ready PCs powered by Snapdragon X Series processors at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights, open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Keep it twisted all year long with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea is real iced tea that packs a punch with 5% alcohol. Tastes great at the beach, the mountains, or even in your backyard. Look for the bright yellow Twisted Tea cans. Twisted Tea Brew Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
San Antonio's Sports Star. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the Astros continue their series with the Boston Red Sox tonight. First pitch, 7:10 from Minute Maid Park. Astros starting pitcher Justin Verlander set to come off the IL tomorrow. He'll start against the Red Sox. 41-year-old hasn't pitched since June 9th because of stiffness in his neck. And the Texas Rangers continue their series with the Pittsburgh Pirates tonight. You can listen to that game on your home for Rangers Baseball, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
And for the third time in 7 seasons, the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Why would you show that to me?
Well, why not?
What are you doing?
Well, I just got it.
Why did you just get it?
I don't know. Rob texted to me. It's a picture of his broken little toe.
Hold on, he just texted that to you?
He did.
Well, because you're the king of sending out foot photos to the group.
Well, so
And-
is that
No.
he's getting me back or what?
Yes.
Hey, y'all want to
That's
see
revenge porn at its finest.
Yeah.
Revenge foot porn. Let's be very clear.
Very clear. Yes.
If you're watching on YouTube, although look at all the numbers leave.
Look at all the what?
The
Oh, I know.
The viewer count just went down. Dude, it's almost dinner time.
It is.
Now, there's a term for that we learned earlier in the show. He Oxnarded his foot again.
Dude, that just sounds creepy right there.
Well, but you got to understand, when we were in Oxnard a couple years ago, he broke his big toe by stubbing it on a ridiculously designed fireplace, whatever you call it.
Well, so what's his excuse now?
Well, I don't.
His house doesn't have a ridiculously placed fireplace floor.
Well, it's Rob's house. I mean, he could have done that on one of the shoes he left in the living room.
No, that's a bad.
That one looks awful.
That little toe looks like a big toe.
Any details on what the hell happened?
No details.
Can we call Rob? He's up. we need to know what's going on here. Because I know he was out yesterday with strep throat. Was the word that I heard, and today he's got little toe problems.
It looks like a big toe problem to me.
Well, you said it was his little toe. Was
Well,
that
it
his
is
big
his
toe?
little toe, but now it's his big toe, and he's got two big toes.
So he's got two big toes. Man, for a left-handed guy, there's too many jokes.
Jeez.
I really didn't need to see that.
Well, you did. I'm going to send it to you too, so you'll have it forever.
I really don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't need to see that. That is gross.
It's all cracked down the side, and
that is gross.
Skin coming off. The nail is yellow.
It's not the bloody mess. Rob didn't answer his phone. It's not the bloody mess that it was in Oxnard. Now, I know Rudy was his guy there, took him to CVS and got all the supplies because Rob couldn't get out of the car. But I don't know who helped him with that one, but that just looks nasty.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not sure why I was fortunate enough to get that, but
well, because you send feet pictures.
I haven't done that in a long time.
Well, it's because
And so
everybody
my
got mad at you and there was a potential HR complaint.
my feet look pretty damn good.
Compared to that?
Anything looks good compared to that, but just in
This is
normal
true.
circumstances.
You would not have made it as a foot model.
I would.
No.
I think there's an OnlyFans account waiting for me somewhere. Feet.
I mean, everybody has their fetishes.
JR's feet.
JR's feet.
JR's feet.
Joe's
pics.
toes.
Yeah. See that OnlyFans chick that put a billboard up and people are all upset with her.
Dude, she's got content. She's trying to advertise her
I
business.
agree. I don't know why people are upset with her, but it's in Louisiana, and I guess they are. But
Was it near a school?
I don't know.
Does it? I don't know.
Doesn't really matter. She doesn't post like pictures, but it just gives the OnlyFans where you can find her.
What does she post then on OnlyFans?
How you can find her. Oh, well, I don't know what she posts on OnlyFans. I'm assuming.
Yes.
She,
which is why people are upset.
She was very,
she had big toes?
Big, yeah. Big, let's just say if she ever has a baby, that kid will be just fine.
That's your way of saying that she was well endowed.
She will be just, the kid will be just fine. Probably could invite some friends for
at a buffet
for a Sunday dinner.
No.
Stop. Big kids hanging all over that.
Stop.
Woo.
Good Lord. So no, Rob Thompson didn't answer. Was it straight to voicemail? Did it ring a couple times and you could tell when he sent it to voicemail?
Oh, yeah, he probably doesn't want to talk about it.
Well, apparently he talked about it this morning on the huddle and showed the pictures. And based on the promos that I've heard, it was quite the show this morning because Rob was sick, Rob broke a toe, and apparently was in a lot of trouble with his wife after the Def Leppard concert.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I've heard in those
okay.
promos.
Well, you know,
which is why I'm very curious to know.
That happens.
It does happen.
Maybe she broke his toe.
That's what I'm curious. When he was running away, what did he trip over?
Yeah. Could be.
It was a hell of a night.
Or he could have been sleeping and he said, bam.
If he was sleeping and all she did was break a toe, so Rob got out of that lucky. He got out of that extremely lucky.
She goes all Kathy Bates, but he wakes up having no clue what happened to his toe.
I'm just thinking if it's, she could have gone all Lorena Bobbitt if she was really bad.
Well,
so just the toe is.
Again, we talked about this earlier. That might have been.
Yeah.
Harder to find.
Stop. God.
The toe was just sticking there.
Oh, Robert Spencer. Who better to receive a foot picture than Toe Reinagle? This is true. This is true.
I'm telling you,
what?
Why you guys are so upset with my feet pictures?
Because nobody wants feet pictures.
None
of us asked for feet pictures.
What?
None of us.
That was not the intention.
You feel like, every girl that you see that says, I don't know why guys send me these unsolicited pics. I've never asked for them. That's how we all felt, a little violated when you started sending feet pictures.
Well, it wasn't intended like that.
Well, what was it intended for? It was pictures of your feet. There's no other intention.
No. I would just happen to have my feet up on the ottoman there and watching TV. I took a picture to show you guys something that I was watching the Spurs game or something, and my feet just happened to be in there, and that's where you guys freaked out.
Okay, that's the first time. The other times or what?
Well, because y'all freaked out. I thought it was funny after that.
Yeah.
Bing, bong, bang, bing, bong, bing.
What you do with your feet, your business, man.
Well, exactly. I see a side hustle. You'd be surprised.
A lot of failed businesses out there, my friend. Just join the ranks.
You'd be surprised, or maybe not. I mean, what some people are into.
You're right. I would be surprised and yet not. And those are statistics I really don't want to know about.
Would you just like to just try it? I mean, your face isn't going to be seen. Just take a snap, little OnlyFans thing, see what kind of money you make.
Whoa. Hey.
I mean, the only way you're going to make money, Joe, is if you, Joe Reinagle, radio superstar on National Radio Day, creates a OnlyFans for your feet.
I think that's a good experiment, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of like your lady in New Orleans. She posted a picture of herself.
Yes.
Right?
I wouldn't do that. I'd be incognito.
Well, incognito doesn't sell.
Well, no, it does. If people just want to look at feet.
Again, though, they want to know whose feet.
Nah. Well, I could
just a random toe doesn't quite do it.
I like superimpose some.
You want to make more money, it's got to be Joe Reinagle's feet.
I could be like Well, no, I
Right,
wouldn't.
so
use
when
mine.
you
It'd
when
be
you
like,
when you go to OnlyFans, somebody create Joe an OnlyFans
I could
account.
be
just OnlyFans
please
Toe
don't.
Reinagle edition.
Please
Well,
don't.
that's daddy.
It sure is. And we'll put that on the internets. Ding bong.
People are trying to figure out if that's your big toe or not. The
What else
Joe
would they
OnlyFans.
think it is? Explain yourself, Minix. What else would it be?
Ask Rob Thompson.
Yeah, well, he's got a little stubby there on the end now.
It's broke.
Yeah, it's fat and stubby.
Jeez. Jerry Jones talked today after practice. An update on CD's contract, an update on Dak's contract. We'll talk about it coming up. Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk will join us here on the Blitz. Guys, as we get older, you got to start taking better care of your health. And your testosterone level, well, it starts to decline in your 30s. So if you're lacking energy, maybe drive, it could be caused by low T. Answer is simple. Go get your levels tested at Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss. At Synergenics, you'll get testing and customized care from providers who specialize in testosterone therapy or TRT. Book that initial appointment at synergenicshealth.com. They have an on-site lab, so you're going to get your results back at your first visit. If it's just a weight issue you need help with, Synergenics. They are testosterone experts known for their advanced TRT treatments. They're also experts with GLP-1 weight loss medications. At Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss, you get your TRT test results on your first visit, and you can also be evaluated for prescription weight loss treatment. Do it now. Don't put it off. Book that appointment. Synergenicshealth.com. SYNERGENX health.com for Synergenics Testosterone and Weight Loss.
San Antonio's Sports Star.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
How about them Cowboys? Jim Beam bringing fans together across Cowboys country. We rise as one in Texas in handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam highballs on game day in Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Hear that? Want to elevate your game day experience? Head on over to 49 Cigars at the Village of Stone Oak and Suite 101 and enjoy a selection of premium cigars and lively atmosphere perfect for cheering on your favorite team. Visit 49 Cigars today. 49cigars.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Brakes? We can save you 15% on that. We have OE quality Duralast brake pads and rotors in stock, ready for pickup or delivery. We also have calipers, brake fluid, tools, and anything else you'll need to do the job right. When you get Duralast pads and rotors together, you'll save 15%. It's just part of what makes us America's #1 brakes destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you need, sends you a list of great matches to review, then actively invites them to apply for your job. And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's right, the first day. Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you. See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free Just go to ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ziprecruiter.com/free.
What if you could build a six-figure retirement income with almost half the money saved? You heard that right. Get a discount on your retirement, creating a six-figure income with 40% less than traditional 401ks and mutual funds. Hi, I'm Brett Kitchen, best-selling author, executive producer, and star in a brand new Hollywood documentary called The Retirement Deception. In this film, we traveled over 20,000 miles interviewing real Americans who've retired successfully with a great lifestyle and peace of mind. They share their stories on how they get more retirement income with the same dollars saved, and the money's never at risk if the market crashes. That's right. If the market crashes 30%, you lose nothing. Even the super wealthy are shifting money to this new strategy because it increases their retirement income or can allow them to stop working years sooner. So if you're over 50 and want a bigger, better retirement with less money saved, call to talk to a specialist and get a free copy of this brand new movie at 800-486-9595. This is a $30 value, but when you call today, you can get it completely free. I'll even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call right now, 1-800-486-9595. That's 1-800-486-9595. Again, that's 1-800-486-9595.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you're always looking for ways to position your operation to create opportunities and move on them faster. With Bank of America, you get access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America NA.
It's football season, and you know the best place to watch games is at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, with those three massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. College, pro, the games are on at the Roo. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub is next to the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo. It is the Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minix. Jerry Jones talking after practice today. What he said and what he means, let's try to figure it out with Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Shireen, we'll start contracts with what Jerry said today. As far as Dak Prescott's deal, he says we're continuing to talk, but, quote, since we're approaching in season, we're operating under the existing contract. Does that kind of sound to you like maybe we're not going to get a deal done with Dak before the start of the regular season?
It's a little word salad, as Jerry tends to do, I think. So interpreting it sometimes is difficult. But, yeah, I mean, reading between the lines, I think that's exactly what he's saying, and I'm not surprised. Again, this could be Dak's decision. Dak could decide that that's not what he wants to do, to re-sign with the Cowboys, and he wants to enter free agency in March. Now, I heard Mike Lombardi went on 105.3 The Fan here last week, and I heard what he said about, well, where's he going to go? There are plenty of places he could go. It's not going to be America's team. He's right about that. Like, you know, you're much more high profile with the Cowboys than any other team. We know that. You're probably going to have to pay state income tax somewhere else. We know that. So is he going to re-sign with the Cowboys? Yeah, I think he probably is, even if he hits free agency, but there are no guarantees to that. And it does sound like that he's going to play out the contract and then see where it goes. He's going to bet on himself again.
It's just crazy trying to figure out what the Cowboys are doing and not doing this year, Shireen. But CeeDee Lamb is the one that is interesting to me because we're hearing reports that Brandon Ayuk and the 49ers are making progress on a contract. And whether that's true or not, who knows? Same thing with Jamar Chase. I can't even imagine those two guys coming to an agreement and CeeDee still not having one.
I will be shocked if the Bengals come to an agreement with Jamar Chase before the Cowboys come to an agreement with CeeDee Lamb, but stranger things have happened. But, you know, it's the Bengals organization, which, as we know, is cheap a lot of times. Is that a good way to put it? Probably. You know, I went back and looked when I was writing this post about CD and Jerry's comments today about CD, about when Ezekiel Elliott was signed. It was September 3rd, which was the week of the season opener. So they're getting close to that range. And again, what you worry about with the player coming in as late as CeeDee Lamb is going to come in is those soft tissue injuries. And he's probably going to be on a pitch count to start the season, especially at the receiver position as opposed to the running back position. But those are the types of things you worry about with him being out that long. And I guess the number one worry obviously is getting him in, because I don't think he's going to show up for the season if he doesn't have a contract. I mean, why would he? They haven't seen him since the end of last season. The last day of the season, clean out day, I guess the day after the season, is the last time they saw CeeDee Lamb. So, to expect that he's going to just show up the week of the season opener, I just don't think that's going to happen. So I do think it gets done before the season opener. The question is how quickly, again, because if it doesn't, then, it's going to be a while before he gets back to where you trust that. It doesn't matter how much he worked out. He's working hard. We know that. I've seen the videos, saw the videos yesterday. He's working hard. It's not the same thing as being out on the football field in 106-degree temperatures. Not the Cowboys are in 160 degrees. They will be at some point in practice. It's just not the same thing, regardless of what the temperature is. It's not the same thing of being with your teammates and doing what you need to do on the football field. There's being in shape and there's being in football shape, and you just can't replicate being in football shape when you're not with your teammates in training camp.
Shireen Williams from Pro Football Talk joining us here on the Blitz, and the article at profootballtalk.com that you wrote, that's the featured article right now. One of the quotes from Jerry, and again, I like the word salad. And, I like to play, okay, this is what he said and this is what he might mean as you try to dissect the message. And he did say, I don't want to speak for him, quoting, that's not what I'm trying to do, but we wouldn't have offered him what we've offered him if we didn't want him to be there. And he's optimistic, it sounds like, that a deal is going to get done. Last week, it was reported that it was going to be just slightly under what Jefferson made, which made me start wondering, okay, annual year might be a little bit lower, but guarantees might be higher. Somewhere he's going to say he's got the best contract ever. Or is it a matter of years, do you think? Is Jerry trying to do another 4 or 5 year deal that players don't want apparently anymore? They want 3 years so they can get back to the table. Do you think the holdup now is just in structure?
Well, I think there's a couple things, but yes, I agree with you. I think the number of years and what that last year looks like is very important. How much guaranteed money is on there, because that makes it very easy for a team to cut a player if there's no guaranteed money left. So all those things, I think, play into how long the contract is and what the back end of that contract looks like. And I also think Calvin Watkins of the Dallas Morning News reported last week that the contract that they offered, the latest, averages just under $33 million annually. I think he probably wants more than that. Justin Jefferson's at $35 million annually. I'm going to be surprised if the contract doesn't come in over $33 million annually, which still puts him at number 2. But like you pointed out, if one of these other receivers signs, then what is that going to do to the market? They're going to have to pay even more than what they're paying now. So again, we're talking about should have already been done. It's not done. Okay, let's move forward, but let's get it done ASAP and move on to the next contract you need to get done, which is Dak Prescott if he wants to sign a long-term deal. Just this hang up of the Cowboys signing their players to long-term deals. They get them done. They haven't ever lost a player they have wanted to keep. You can point to DeMarco Murray. They had a number in mind. Like, they were ready for DeMarco Murray to walk away if he didn't accept what they were offering, and he did. So they weren't intent on keeping DeMarco Murray. But players that they have wanted to keep, they have always kept. They have never lost a player. I don't expect them to lose CeeDee Lamb. I expect them to sign him to a long-term deal like they've done those other guys. But I also expect them to overpay like they generally do with these players. If you go back to Tyron Smith's contract years ago, the extension, it was a brilliant contract by the Cowboys. They saved so much money doing that early, and why they went away from that, I have no idea.
Yeah, it's just crazy, Shireen. It really is. Sticking on the positive side, I know we talk a lot about contracts, and rightly so, because that's in the in the news right now, and that's the most important thing. But when you look at this Cowboys team overall, from what you've seen in the last couple of weeks of the preseason game, I'm seeing some really positive things that I didn't think that I would see. Obviously, number one is the offensive line. Cooper Beebe, I think, and Tyler Guyton, for that matter. Those two guys look like the Cowboys have hit big time on both of those guys. And that defense looks pretty good. What are your thoughts just after a couple of preseason games?
Yeah, I agree with you about the offensive line. With so few starters playing, it's hard to make any declarations on how this team looks, and they didn't play starters in the first week. They did play some Raider starters and dominated the Raider starters. So I thought that was an encouraging sign for the Cowboys after that second preseason game. But the main thing is, like you said, they expect both of those rookies to start in the offensive line, and they've looked terrific through 2 games. They really have. And so I think that's the most encouraging thing that has come out of it. And as well as your kicker kicking a 66-yard field goal to know that he can do it, that gives you confidence if you get in a situation where you're, end of a half or end of a game and need to kick a 66, 68, 70, 72-yard field goal to have confidence that he can do it. So to me, those are the 2 biggest things that come out of preseason or both preseason games was the fact that the offensive line, those 2 rookies look like they're going to be really good rookie offensive linemen. Now, remember, he's going to have to go up against Myles Garrett in week 1, but he handled, with a little bit of help, he handled Max Crosby pretty darn well. And you could see, I don't know if y'all saw the video of Max Crosby really giving him respect.
Yeah.
After one of the plays, got up and slapped him on the chest and, basically said, "Hey, good job, rookie." So that was a good sign, I think, for the Cowboys.
When you think about 2 preseason games, 1 more to go this Saturday, is there somebody that you didn't think was going to make the 53 that, based on what you've seen in those 2 games, now you think maybe they do, and then the roster spot domino effect that will be?
Well, I think when you look at what Hall did in that game with the pick 6 and the way he's played, you wonder what they're going to do there at that position in the secondary. I really like their secondary, and I think they've got some depth there in the secondary. So that'd probably be the one, I think, that, I haven't watched the offensive line and some other things closely enough to really make any great judgments, but you've seen some players really step up and make some plays in the preseason that, is going to make things probably harder for cut down day, which is good for the Cowboys. That's the type of thing that you want to see in the preseason. I do think it's unfortunate that they spent a 4th-round pick on Trey Lance, and he has a guaranteed that he's going to be on the 53-player roster. But facts are, we already knew that because he has over a $5 million guarantee in his contract. So he's always going to be on the 53. But to me, it's a little bit unfortunate that you're going to have to carry him on your 53. You could cut him if you didn't have the $5 million guarantee and bring him back to your practice squad. And I think you'd be much better off carrying 2 quarterbacks, and that would give you an extra roster spot.
Well, and that brings up a question, Shireen. Did you notice a measurable improvement from game 1 to game 2? I felt like he looked a little more comfortable in game 2 than he did in game 1.
Yeah, no question. I think he had 2 14-play drives that he directed. He's going to get a chance in this preseason game to go the entire way, and I think that's going to help him. He's young. He's really, really. I think he's younger than Caleb Williams is. So the young quarterback, and he didn't play much in college. You compare it to how many games he played in college to what Bo Nix played in college. Yeah. It's not even close. So this is a guy who needs snaps. So I haven't given up on Trey Lance. I think he can still be a good quarterback. 49ers drafted him number 3 overall for a reason. Other teams like Trey Lance for a reason. He's just young and hasn't taken many snaps. So he needs all the work he can get, and he'll get that, and then he'll get a chance to go somewhere next year, probably not back to the Cowboys, but who knows, maybe they see something that they like and, want to sign him to a low money deal that's really low risk, which I think he's going to have to do anyway wherever he goes, and maybe he's comfortable in Dallas and will take that and return, and maybe they hit on something, who knows. But yeah, I did see improvement in that second game from what we saw the first game, and I think that's encouraging for Trey Lance and encouraging for the Cowboys.
Knowing that he was better in game 2, is it enough? And he will be on the 53. Is it enough for him to be QB2 and they part ways with Cooper Rush, or are they going to keep 3 quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think at this point you have to keep 3 because I don't think you have the trust that Trey Lance can come in and get it done if something happens to Dak. And Dak's obviously missed games over the last couple of years. So to me, you need a guy you can trust, and they really trust Cooper Rush. And if you cut Cooper Rush, there are so many teams right now looking for a backup quarterback. You look at the Chargers, how poorly they play. They've scored 12 points in 2 preseason games with their 2 bad backup quarterbacks. They're looking for a backup. I think the Giants we would like to upgrade at that backup position. There's a lot of teams out there, which is why I think Ryan Tannehill at some point is going to be signed, maybe after week 1 when he's a vested veteran. So his contract won't be guaranteed after week 1. So you could see him sign somewhere after week 1, or maybe he sits out and waits for a big injury like Joe Flacco did last year. But there are some quarterbacks out there who I think sign at some point as backups, and it's just there aren't many good backups. So if they cut him, he's going to sign somewhere else, and so you don't want to lose Cooper Rush. So I think you're going with 3 quarterbacks this year, which is, to my point, you're carrying an extra quarterback that some teams aren't going to have to carry because they're only going to carry 2. So it's unfortunate, really, that they made that trade for the 4th-round draft pick last year.
Absolutely. Shireen Williams, follow her on Twitter at NFL Shireen, read her at Pro Football Talk. Always appreciate it. We'll visit next Tuesday.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Shireen Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com. Mike Gundy went on a little bit of a rant about agents. You can't negotiate now. It's all done. You won't believe what Oklahoma State did today. We'll talk about it coming up here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, let me tell you about my Connecticut quality water softener. I'm very, very happy with that thing. I tell you what, it's been in the house now for a little while, and what a difference it makes. And look, I know that living here in San Antonio and South Texas, a water softener is really a necessity. I mean, the water is so hard, it can do a lot of damage, but the right kind of water softener makes a difference, and Connecticut is that right kind of water softener. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. Product is made in America, and what I love about it is you don't plug it in. It does not run on electricity, but it provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Look, Connecticut's even got a really cool thing that they put on your sink. It's called a K5 drinking station. Purified water right there anytime you need it. It is fantastic. But back to the water softener, because this is where the deal gets really good. The folks at Connecticut are going to let you try a Connecticut quality water softener for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Like if you decide after 90 days you don't like it, they'll come and they'll take it and pick it up, and you won't be charged a dime. But I guarantee you, you will love it, and you will tackle somebody to keep them from taking that out of your house. Give Connecticut a call and get the process started. 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. Hey, you know the jingle? Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Wednesday on the Morning Huddle. There's an old man standing on the mound in Houston. His name is Verlander. Does he have enough to carry him through?
And college football now just 3 days away. We'll talk about that and so much more. Wednesday on the Morning Huddle starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
No.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
Yep.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family. Together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school with the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
It's B-Dub. You know I love to ride a motorcycle. Did 3,700 miles in 5 days for charity recently. And if you love the thrill of riding, here's a reminder. Don't roll the throttle if you've had a drink. Even one drink messes with your reaction time and confidence, and that's a recipe for disaster. You're not just risking a DUI, you're risking your life and the life of others. Ride sober or get pulled over. Let's keep our roads safe and our ride smooth. Paid for by NHTSA.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
Hi, my name's Jason Thompson. I've lived in San Antonio for more than 50 years. Went to grade school, high school, and graduated from law school right here. San Antonians have trusted me as their attorney after serious injury and fatality collision since 1994. My website is alawyerforus.com. Why a lawyer for us? Well, after several years of practice, I watched as insurance companies created their own law firms solely to defend against auto claims. Today, there are very few insurance companies that do not have their own captive law firm filled with attorneys whose job is to minimize what the insurance company has to pay on an auto claim. If you or a family member is injured in a traffic collision, you will need your own attorney. Just remember alawyerforus.com. For many lawyers you see on billboards, your case will be handled by a non-lawyer or a staff lawyer. If you call me, Jason Thompson, I will be the lawyer you speak with. The initial consultation is always free. If you or a family member needs an experienced attorney you can trust, I want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 900-0400. That's 210-900-0400 or alawyerforus.com.
Looking for the perfect spot to catch the game? Come to 49 Cigars, where great sports meet the finest cigars. Enjoy big screen TVs, an exclusive cigar collection, plus BYOB. Visit 49 Cigars at the Village of Stone Oak, Suite 101, 49cigars.com.
This is AJ Hoffman from the Morning Huddle. Join me and Rob Thompson tomorrow morning at 6 for the perfect ride to work on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Blitz here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagel. I'm Jason Minnick. Tomorrow night up at the Moody Amphitheater in Austin. 311, AWOL Nation, Neon Trees. We got a pair of tickets to give away right now. Caller number 11, those tickets are yours. 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. Yesterday, we talked about this. Mike Gundy, who seems like a big fan of the NIL, told reporters that he told his players, tell your agents to quit calling me.
You know, the business side of what we do now is we have to have those conversations with them. You know, tell your agent to quit calling us and asking for more money. It's non-negotiable now. Start again in December. So now we're able to direct ourselves just at football, and that part is fun because there's been so much other stuff going on. It's been hard to really focus on football.
Yeah.
And it's got to be tough for these coaches. And I know nobody feels sorry for them. I hear it all the time. Coaches make a lot of money. They can leave whenever they want, yada, yada, yada. But at some point in time, you do have to put a quality football team on the field, or at least you try. And you can't do that if you're talking to agents 24/7.
That's true, but you're always trying to raise money. And I don't care if you're Mike Gundy, if you're Jeff Traylor, if you're Sark, if you're whoever, you're always trying to raise money. Oklahoma State's taking it to another level. They are putting QR codes on the back of their helmets that will link to the NIL page if you want to donate. I don't know why they don't just take the name off the back and put the kid's Venmo on there. I mean, what's next? Seriously.
Well, so these codes are on the back of the helmet. How do you do that? Can you do that from the TV?
Yes. You know how QR codes
Yeah,
work.
but
You're
it's
not
on the
that
back
old.
of the helmet. It's got to be stuck there.
Well, and again, when they're shown on television, they're there. The school said, while the codes won't be visible from the stands on game day, fans watching during television broadcasts will be able to capture them on their phones. Oklahoma State believes this will help raise the team's NIL value throughout the year. Quote, "This is revolutionary step forward to keep Oklahoma State football ahead of the game," Gundy said. It gives a chance for everyday fans across the world to have a real impact when it comes to supporting the NIL efforts for Cowboy football. I'm thrilled about this opportunity for our players. That is a quote from Gundy.
Yeah, I'm thrilled, too, that I have to spend more money to make, the football team better. And I guess if you're an alumni of Oklahoma State, you're doing that anyway. But as just a regular fan, what are you going to donate, $10, $20? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, look, I imagine every college football program, whether it's Jeff Traylor, Sark, they're all going, my goodness.
Oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
How do we get that? Because that is part of the game now. And, I kind of kid about putting your Venmo on the back of your jersey instead of your last name. But why not? I mean, you're driving around. I was at a restaurant the other day in a drive-through sitting behind a lady, and apparently she was getting married and put her Venmo up. It was like, support the newlyweds in our honeymoon fund.
No.
Well, I look, you can say no, but apparently somebody is giving money, or at least somebody thought,
oh, that's a great idea, Jim.
And they're hoping somebody adds a little money.
Look, there was a story not too long ago that this couple was charging $300 to get into their wedding.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's just dumb. I mean, in lieu of a gift, I guess.
Well, I mean, gifts are welcome, but you want to come? There's dinner involved. There's entertainment. There's drinks. It's $300 ticket. As a guy that's going to be a part of a wedding coming up next year, I'm surprised you didn't say, you know what?
Who the hell? Well, yeah, you think I'd ask, hey, Minix, I need $300 for you to come to the wedding. Great idea, Jim.
Dude, it's a football season wedding. I'm not showing up anyway.
Exactly. That's the whole look, I get it. People need help. They're trying to be creative. That's fine. But at what point, and I mean this for every college, at what point is it the fans' responsibility to just continue to give money and give money and give money and give money? Are they going to make the tickets free?
No.
Well, no, they're not. So fans are supporting the team by buying tickets, filling the stage. So now we got to hit a QR code too and donate more.
It's a different fund. And it's
ridiculous.
It is, but it's also the reality in college football today.
Well,
and Oklahoma State has come up with a creative way to get involved.
See how
when I
is.
See some of the NIL stuff, let's just talk about UTSA and the fund that April Ann Sear is a part of. She'll tweet out $10, $25, however much you can donate, because it goes into a big pot of money, and then they distribute it to the players. You can earmark it if you want to go into girls soccer. You can do that. Football, you can do that, but that's how they're raising money nowadays.
That's great.
It used to be they were always raising money for facilities. They still have to do that too. The NIL is the wild, wild west. And, while they're announcing QR codes, UTSA announced yesterday these alternate black uniforms.
That were great.
That look spectacular.
They're fantastic.
They're just going to now get a QR code on the back.
I hope not. I hope not.
I mean, think about how many conversations do we have on this program with Jeff Traylor, where at some point NIL money comes up and the
all the time, which is unfair to every school. It's ridiculous. And somebody with some stones at some point in time needs to come up with a solution to this, because it's ridiculous. You're hearing story of people wanting $1 million, players that can't even play.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Tom Brady said that. I mean, what he said, it's like, you don't develop. It's like to the highest bidder. I mean, let's put some controls on this. Players want to get paid. That's fine. I got no problem with it. But just a willy-nilly approach to just, If I don't get this money, I'm transferring over here. And if I don't get it there, I'll transfer over there. And it's out of control, and it needs to be stopped. And somebody needs to stop it in a hurry.
It's insane. Although I don't know. I did not know this when I said that about being in the drive-through lane the other day. My buddy Brian Carson, old Navy buddy, lives in New Jersey.
Yeah.
On vacation in Tennessee. His kid recently got engaged. Brian just sent me a text. My son put his Venmo on the back of his car in Tennessee. They got over $300.
Okay.
Just by driving around with your Venmo on your car.
Well, that's
just engaged. And that probably went to whiskey in Tennessee.
Well, if people want to do that, it's not going to buy you much whiskey.
No, but
not enough.
But it's $300 you didn't have.
Whatever. If people want to do that and people want to donate, that's their business.
Do they still pass the bucket at Wolf Stadium? Remember back in the day when the missions player hits a home run, they pass the bucket around and it's a little bonus money they give to the player?
I don't remember.
I'm wondering if the little QR code guy scores a touchdown. Man, I want to give him $20. It's like when you see people tipping on the YouTube page, so their comment goes up higher. I mean,
I can't wait to talk to Jeff Traylor. I want to see if he thinks the QR code is a good idea.
Well, if it's a QR code and he's not always campaigning for it, maybe it is.
Look again. They go to the students, to the students and the public a lot. Yep. And you buy tickets, fill up the dome, do this, do that, donate here, donate there. I mean, at some point in time, my gosh, it's got to. Where does it end?
Well, I don't know, but it does. Like for UTSA, buy your season tickets, go to the game.
Yes.
And if that's all you do, that's enough. If you've got more that you can donate, whether it's through NIL or some of their other fundraising, do that. That's for UTSA. UIW is doing the same thing. Hell Trinity, Austin at UT. They just have larger bases to try to get all that money from.
Look, and again, I've said it before, UTSA's got a ways to go because there are generations that, it's going to take a while, but somebody's got to get a hold of this. This is just getting stupid.
So you don't like the QR code on the helmet?
I hate it, but if you want to donate, knock yourself out.
Venmo on your back of your jersey instead of your name.
I expect you to donate some to the Oklahoma State Cowboys.
I'm not giving them a
Why
damn
not?
dollar.
Come on.
I'm not an Oklahoma State fan.
You should do it. Just see what it's all about, Jason.
Dr. Eloy Ochoa joining us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line for our injury update, powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Not orthopedic, but apparently a QR code can raise somebody's blood pressure in a hurry when it comes to NIL money. Tell Joe to quit being cheap and donate to his program.
Something that's hard to do is make somebody else part with their money. I don't know if I can get in the way of that. But
thank you, Doc. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that's what you want to do, or Minix wants to do that, more power to you. I'm going to applaud you.
Yeah, it's creative. It is creative. In all seriousness, Doc, Justin Verlander is going to return to the mound tomorrow night. He has been out for a while, since June 9th, because of stiffness in his neck. Did make a couple of rehab starts, seems to be throwing well, but to be out for that long with neck stiffness, does that seem normal to you? Or are they like, dude, you're 41, take 2 months off and we'll say you slept bad?
No, it's pretty hard to predict. And I think, there is some truth to that older we get, the harder it is to recover, scenario with muscle spasms and muscle strains and those kinds of things that tend to bounce back a lot quicker when you're in your 20s. But, there may be some underlying issues going on that, is not, that we don't know about, that imaging findings, maybe he has a impending herniated disc and they're trying to see if they can get by without any serious intervention. And so, a little bit of time, especially this time of year, is probably not a bad thing.
Interesting. I've got to ask you about Justin Herbert, somebody who is significantly younger than Justin Verlander, but he just got out of a walking boot and he was diagnosed with plantar fascia First of all, if you could explain what the heck that is, and is that caused by an injury, or is that just something that people have?
So that was kind of confusing the way it was worded, and it's really hard to kind of read through the between the tree leaves for all this stuff. But it can be both. It can be either one. So when people say they have plantar fasciitis, it's typically just that. It's inflammation of that tissue on the bottom of their foot, and that to me is the one that's more nagging and difficult to predict when it's going to get better. But there's an injury associated with it as well, where you can have a tear in the fascia, and that can be excruciatingly painful and can last several weeks. Now, they can be variations. Obviously, you can have small tears, or you can have a complete rupture. The complete ruptures usually take a little bit more energy, a fall from a height or ladder or something like that. And so it's hard to say, which of those two injuries he has. Based on the timeline, my guess is that it's just inflammation, and they're just being precautious and actually optimistic that he's going to be back sooner versus later.
Dr. Ochoa, I want to go back a comment you made about Justin Verlander, and sometimes when they get old, things just hurt. My buddy Joe Reinagel has a sore elbow.
You noticed that, huh?
How do we get Joe to quit complaining about his sore elbow?
Seamless transition, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you're pretty close friends with him, kind of giving him a hard time sometimes works. Shaming him into feeling better. Sometimes that tends to work better than anything else, than any kind of medicine you can take.
Just rub some dirt on it, you're fine?
That's right.
I need to come see you, Doc, or one of you guys over there for sure, because it's like a little ball on my left elbow. And so, I got to come in and see you.
On the bottom of the elbow? Or
on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you probably have a little bit of inflammation of your bursitis.
See that?
You got a bursa problem.
I got a bursa problem.
Uh-huh.
I hate it when that happens.
I know. The worst.
Yeah. I need to come see you guys.
Well, our morning guy broke his little toe today, and it swelled up looking bigger than his big toe. Nothing you could do for him either.
No, those are kind of, you can go into a boot though. Sometimes a boot will help you kind of get around and walk a little bit faster without having so much discomfort in that broken toe while it heals. But yeah, it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for that to get better.
Wow.
6 to 8 weeks of Rob whining about his toe, and it's been a month of Joe whining about his elbow. Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, that's what you got to look forward to.
Yeah.
So nothing you could do about a bursa. You just got to deal with it.
No, sometimes you can, if it's really bad, you can aspirate it, put a needle in it, take the fluid out, and then put a compression wrap on it in the hopes that it doesn't come back. Because that's the problem, is sometimes they do come back after you aspirate them.
I think you just need to cut his arm off.
Wow. Well, I don't know. That might be less painful than aspirating it. That sounded painful, Doc.
Yeah. Sometimes people wish for that, right?
I know.
Uh-huh.
I know.
Good stuff, Doc. Always appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
Alrighty. You guys have a good one.
Appreciate it. The injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. I highly encourage everybody to go to the YouTube page. And we're about to be done, but you can watch this at any point and fast forward to the very end of the show and look at Joe Reinagel's, what's your name? Look at Joe Reinagel's facial expression when the doctor talked about draining the elbow.
Yeah, I don't like needles, okay? I really don't.
That facial expression, what you might expect with, I don't know, a colonoscopy without sleeping drugs.
Yeah, the idea of somebody sticking a needle in my elbow, this doesn't exactly sound like a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Just saying.
Don't be a wuss.
Well, I want to get it fixed.
Would you get it fixed?
I need to.
Because some of us are tired of hearing you whine. Between your elbow and Rob's toe, what the hell?
When we get back from Las Vegas,
Uh-huh.
I plan on making an appointment next week to go see the docs.
TSAOG.com.
Yes.
Extra innings with Pledge next.
Bing, bong, bong, ding, dong, ding.
This is The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons 2 to 6.